To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moreover, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Vonjama, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat kepa, congratulate my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibaba, 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 kilibaba. What I want? Yes, what you about today?
Spoon TV. Spoon.
Yes, what you about today?
Spoon. Spoon TV. Spoon.
Ba. Skiddy dabado.
Spoon TV. Spoon entertainment.
Go. Go to there. Go to there.
On the spoon.
Yes, what you
information. On the spoon. To be Spoon, spoon television.
Yes, I do. Party there.
Spoon radio station. Spoon television.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, Stan Tunnel with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening, moreover, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Vonjama, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, small. If you eat keep on grateful like my brother Tuto small. You got a small TV, you got a small radio, Tuto small. Yeah, Tuto small. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? Yes, I do, but today,
School TV.
yes, I do, but today.
School TV. School
Ba-da-ba-de-ba-de-ba.
School
Skiddy-dee-dee-dee-da-ba-do.
TV. School entertainment.
Kuwa. Bese kuwa today. Kuwa today.
To the school to get
Yes, I
your information.
Kuwa.
To the school to be
Yes, I
part of
today.
School television.
Yes, I do, today.
School radio station.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, Stanton with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
To the school to get your information. To the school to be part of our discussion. School television. School radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Morovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moreover, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Funjama, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat keep on grateful like my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? Yes, I do, but today.
School TV.
Yes, I do, but today.
School TV.
Ba-da-ba-de-ba-de-ba. Skiddy-dee-dee-dee-da-ba-do.
School TV. School entertainment.
Kuwa. Bese kuwa today. Kuwa today.
To the school to get
Yes, I
your
do.
information.
Well,
To the school to be
yes, I do.
part of
Today.
School television.
Yes, I do. Today.
School radio station.
Yes, I, a special one from the CEO, stand with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the South Band. Charges on the beat. Okay, good evening, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. It's a pleasant welcome to the Spoon Talk Show, your premier nighttime program on Spoon FM 107.5 and Spoon TV Live. Also on Fabric FM 101.1 and Fabric TV Live. This evening, it's good to be here, and my name is Yekezi Zubel. Here this evening as your producer. Let's now go over to the guys there overseas to kickstart the show.
Hey, how are you, boss?
James, good evening.
Number Chief, how you doing?
I'm okay. How yourself?
My man, nothing there to complain about.
God man you, eh?
God money me, and I hope that the
That's
same way
good.
God money you.
Yes, of course, of course. God is manning everybody.
Oh, okay. The CEO and the rest of the team will be joining us in the next couple of minutes. So while we are waiting them, if you can just bring us up to speed as it relates to major happenings from back home.
Yes, so far so good. One of the major happening that I came out today, has to do with Senator Prince Yomin Johnson. Senator Prince Johnson sat on the breakfast program at Truth FM, not Truth FM in Monrovia, but Truth FM in Nimba County. There's another Truth FM owned by Musa Ability in
Yeah. I
Saclay.
think it should be in Yekewa, eh?
No, in Saclay.
In Saclay, yeah, like Saclay, I call it Yekewa, Saclay. I've
Yeah,
been there.
sure. Yeah. So while there, he said that President George Weah has disobeyed the voice
Hey,
of God. Yeah, that President George Weah has disobeyed the the voice of God because
hey.
as you may know, prior to the 2017 legislative and presidential elections, President George Weah and Senator Prince Johnson and another, top gov, I think Nathaniel McGill, they traveled to Nigeria where they visited the.
Was it
Uh,
McGill
Sen-
or the vice president?
I think it should either be McGill or the vice.
Anyway, I
I think
saw
it,
uno
it,
the
it
both of
was.
them
I
picture.
think it was McGill.
Yeah, uno the both of them picture I saw.
Yeah. So they attended that ceremony, and
The late
according
TB
to
Joshua Church, right?
yeah, the Synagogue Church of All Nations there in Nigeria. So when they went there, the late TB Joshua prophesied that President George Weah would have won the 2017 elections. And according to Senator Prince Johnson, the prophet told President Weah that at that time he was senator, that if he wins the election, he should go back there to the church, to ask God for direction, to serve the Liberian people well. But since the prophecy came to pass, President Weah won the 2017 elections. He's not been able to go back there, according to Senator Prince Johnson. Prince Johnson, said that he's been, remanding President George Weah. He's made frantic efforts, for President George Weah to go back there, to thank God for the election and for the prophet, all for the church there, because the prophet is dead and
No,
gone.
at the time the prophet was even living.
Yes, at the time the prophet was living, because as soon as he won the election, he's supposed to have gone there back immediately, for the prophet to pray for him. But then the Prince Johnson is saying that he's made
all frantic efforts. When the prophet was alive for President George, we had to go there, but he did not listen. So
So
he has disobeyed. He has disobeyed the voice of God, and that is why even his leadership is the way it is currently.
now they
Yeah, I I, I think I have an I have an excerpt that if the CEO will request
yeah,
it,
yeah,
then I
no,
will send it to
no,
him.
we're still waiting for the CEO and his team to come
Yeah.
on. Drop it. Let's see. Drop it.
Uh,
While we're
okay.
waiting for them. Now they.
So just hold on a little bit. And Senator Prince Johnson did not just
Well, if
stop
you
there.
just joining, we want to welcome you. This is, the touching aspect of the show. We're waiting for the giants to turn up. So you're hearing Senator Johnson, according to my colleague, Senator Johnson said the reason why President William government get you because he disrespected God.
The
So they
excerpt
are
is
about
ready.
to play it. So are we ready?
Yeah, the excerpt is ready.
All right. So go ahead.
Every frantic effort to go back, it fell on deaf ears because it's not only restricted to Nimba. The first thing, 2017 election, Brother Brownstein, may so rest in peace, came to see me. I met Honorable Joseph Boyka. I met all the political players, even though I was running myself. I didn't take them to Nigeria. I took President Weir to Nigeria. Why? Because there was a deal that was struck with Madame Seli by the regional heads of states to consider Boyka, who I worked with her for 12 years, faithfully. And she was not driving his way. So they had talked to her. So I had to looking at that, I had to take him to Prophet TB Joshua, may his soul rest in peace, to break that chain. So we went to Joshua. Joshua, President William, myself, we sat down and discussed, and the man said, "Look, I will pray for you because you have a political disease, meaning there is a conspiracy to make sure that the vice president goes through, not you. So as a result, since Senator Johnson brought you, I will pray for you. But when I pray for you and you win, you will win. Do you believe I'm a prophet?" He said, "Yes." So we came. When you win, don't wait for inauguration. Come back here for the perfection of that prayer so that God can infuse into your mind his wisdom to lead post-conflict Liberia very well, with investors being attracted to your country to provide jobs. We came, and exactly what the prophet of God said, it came to pass. He won the election. When he won the election, the prophet said to him, listen to Prince Johnson before we could come from Nigeria back to Liberia. When we came and got the victory, every frantic effort to go back, it fell on deaf ears. It failed. I went to Mr. McGee, I talked, zero. But he was not with us in the room with the prophet. And the president himself did not see the wisdom to listen to me to go back. He went and built a church to be preaching. So the man of God said, "Oh, but I see your president in Abuja with the president of Nigeria, so he doesn't want to come here." So the fact that we were told to go back and we did not go, when we promised to go and we did not go, he broke the promise. Anything divine, spiritual blessing must be maintained, The man we went to is powerful. Even after he was called to glory, the church is still powerful. Look at the TV, Emmanuel. The thing was in twofold. One was for you to win. Another prayer was for you to remain as a president with investors coming and with the wisdom God will give you. You will be there.
You can see the CEO is here. It's
You said
okay.
that for life.
See one prophecy again for investors to come.
Yeah, so that's it.
See one prophecy, my people. CEO, good evening. You are muted.
Yeah, James, how you doing?
Good morning, us.
Necessary, thank God for that. How you doing, Yakizi?
I'm okay, see you.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Who? Was that Prince Johnson?
Yeah, that was.
When was
said in the-
this?
It was just recently in Nimba when he appeared on the Truth FM there in Saclapia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why is he angry though?
Pardon?
Is he angry?
No, he was just explaining about President Weah's refusal to go back to the Synagogue Church of All Nations, that where his victory was prophesied in 2017. Yeah, he was just explaining that he's made all frantic efforts to have President Weah go back to the church, but President Weah had failed to listen to him.
But the president a bishop, so he doesn't need to go to another church. He's a bishop already, so it's Bishop Weah. Why would the president go to another church when he's a bishop? Come on, man.
But it was another pastor who saw his victory.
But the pastor is no longer alive, right?
Yeah,
at the time he was alive.
Exactly. So who the president going to see now? I mean, it is what it is, man. What's happening in the country with the exception of Prince Johnson and the prophecy?
Yeah, so far so good. The Center for Transparency today came up and reacted to this Western cluster deal, and they commended the citizens of Bomi County following the recent meeting with their lawmakers, demanding them, to bring out all of the information, the MOUs, relative to.
So what's the name? Center for what?
Center for Transparency and Accountability is an integrity organization.
So they're not the Makama, right? Central 11, they just come out.
The band usually when there's issues relative to integrity or corruption and other issues, they actually respond. They've been responding constantly.
Good.
To national issues.
So what's the next information coming up?
Yeah, so far so good. That's all from my end.
That all from your end?
You talk about the information
in the whole country that all from your end.
Pardon?
Wait, my man, let me ask my question. Why you laughing too much, man?
That's something I want to say.
No, stop. Get the picking chair. The picking with that Jesse. So so from your end, that's all from your end. What's your position as Spoon, Yekezi? We had somebody here yesterday producing called Rufus. He said he's not a political journalist. So let me understand where you from now. What's your own position?
As Spoon, I'm a news editor.
You're news editor.
Yeah.
So you put a final pen to the paper for the guys to go out there and read the news, right?
Yeah, sure.
So I will ask you again, what's happening in the country with that session of Prince Johnson and the Western cluster issue that you just discussed? What next?
Well, like I said, from my end, that's
from your end from Spoon Network. So I don't think Spoon Network have limited news. So let me give you the chance. What next?
See you so far so good. That's all I have from here.
What was on your headline today? Did you give news today? Did you read the news?
Yeah, we did.
Bring the news. Read something to us. Just come on.
We talk about it. The Center for Transparency. We talk about Prince Johnson appearance. Calling on Weah to try to go back to Nigeria, to the Synagogue Church of All Nations. Those were our top stories, including what happened yesterday at the NPP.
So the whole day, y'all talk about NPP. Tell us a little bit about what happened at the NPP.
Yeah, so far so good. The internal wrangling at the NPP yesterday was settled, wherein the vice president, who's
can you read your news for us? You don't have the news in front of you. Can you read the news? How long the news lasts? 5 minutes, 10 minutes? Can you find it and read it for us, please?
Okay.
So we're gonna do this. We'll do this.
Okay.
17 hours GMT. Yakezi Zoe. Now for the spoon news.
Okay, so let me see what I can find it.
I bet you find it. What?
Alright.
General Hassan, the man that get it, break it. Remember, they will be reading the UP press statement that have Kev's name in it. Kev, anybody can get breaking news that you, they shouldn't come on this show.
Kev, that me.
Kev, we go. How was your lunch? Go ahead, my man. You didn't check the chat room.
Oh,
People get your name there.
wow. That James added that for them.
Nah, Jane got nothing to do with it. They might picking alone. I'm picking way beyond Jade. Ain't got nothing to do with it.
I
No,
got a
no,
news.
no. Aaron, you gotta play the theme song for the news, everything. We'll all listen. Please, you gotta find it. Don't do this.
No, the theme song is all the way in Fabric Studio. So we read the news from Fabric Studio, and then we simulcast it on the two other radio stations. So we got the theme song. Yeah.
Who's in Fabric Studio right now? You have someone there?
No, nobody's
Where's
there right
Magic?
now. Magic should be in the building, but I don't think he's in the studio.
Can he? Is it on the flash drive? Can you put it on the spoon? Come on, James, just do something.
Yeah.
All right, read the news. We'll give you a pass to read the news. Let me play the sound.
BBC News.
BBC News.
Okay.
My man, during the war, that sound.
Everybody be running to the network, to the radio.
My man, James, you are picking, my man.
So go ahead now. We're waiting for the news, my picking.
Okay. Spoon News. I'm Yekezi Zoe. The Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia has described the MOU signed between the government of Liberia and the Western Cluster Mining Company as evading lawful taxes in millions of dollars. According to Centar, the lack of citizens' involvement in the negotiations constitutes flagrant violations of relevant laws, including the Land Rights Act of 2018. The Integrity Watch institution also revealed that the condition has been the trend in Liberia, whereby government enters into agreements with companies to extract natural resources, usually at the disadvantage of citizens in affected communities. It can be recalled, citizens of Bomi County recently gathered in mass meeting demanding the cancellation of MOU signed between the government of Liberia and Western Cluster Company, which referred to as a high level of deceit from their representatives and senators. Speaking Friday at a news conference, Centar's executive director, Anosi Miame, said his institution is excited that the people of Bomi are standing up and demanding accountability from their leaders for better treatment from a company operating in their county. However, Centar boss further called on President George Weah to protect the constitution and the Liberian people in the Western Cluster deal by demonstrating zero tolerance on corruption and bad governance due to the situation and other long-standing issues of corruption in the extractive sector of the country. Criminal Court C. George A. Blamo Dixon has cited the managing director of the National Transit Authority, Herbie Macaulay, to answer to question in connection to his alleged refusal to pay the back pay of a redundant employee of the institution. The Circuit Court judge action followed a complaint filed by an employee identified as George Pangalo, former conductor at the NTA, who complained that the institution redundant her without any justifiable reason. Ms. Fangalo further revealed in a complaint that the National Transit Authority, through its director and human resource manager, Mark Mabola, has refused and neglected to settle her severance benefit, notice payment, and arrears in the sum of over 200,000 Liberian dollars. The NTA redundancy letter, which was signed by the HR and approved by the managing director, a copy of which is in the possession of this station, says the management redundant Miss Joyce Fangalo due to financial and economic constraint faced by the institution. Meanwhile, the NTA managing director Macaulay and Human Resource Manager Mark Mabola are expected to appear before Judge Dixon on Monday to give cause why they have refused to pay the redundant employee her back pay. Now we'll come to, okay, yeah. So this station has gathered that President George Weah is expected to commission confirmed Associate Justice Yami Kwekwe to the full bench of the Supreme Court of Liberia on Tuesday. Our judicial reporter said the president's decision comes days after the Liberian National Bar Association frowned at President George Weah's continuous delay to commission the Associate Justice to the Supreme Court of Liberia. The former relieving judge was nominated by President Weah on October 30, 2022, after former Associate Justice and now Chief Justice of Liberia, Siayine Yol, was appointed and subsequently seated. According to the LNBA, it is concerned about the delay in the constitution of the full bench of the Supreme Court of Liberia, which is seen to be serving as serious embarrassment for key decision making at the nation's highest court. Nimba County Senator Prince Johnson says, President George Weah has disobeyed the voice of God that brought him to power after it was prophesied that he would win the 2017 elections. According to Senator Johnson, the late prophet T.B. Joshua prophesied that then Senator Weah will win the election but needed to return after the victory for special prayers and for God's divine wisdom in leading the Liberian people in the right direction. But President Weah refused. He maintained that all efforts to get President Weah returned to the prophet failed, thus describing President Weah as promise breaker and one who disobeyed the voice of God Almighty. Speaking when he appeared on the Truth Breakfast Show in Painesville City, the Truth Breakfast Show in Saclapie, Senator Johnson noted that the citizens of Nimba are unhappy with the form and manner in which the country is being governed under the leadership of President George Weah. Senator Johnson, commenting on his party as relates to the elections in 2023, said the MDR will feed a presidential candidate in the October elections, noting that the past agreement between the MDR and the CDC has expired. According to him, the decision is prompted by the government's failure to give jobs to the sons and daughters of Nimba, in line with their political agreement reached in 2017 to support President George Weah. Continue. Okay.
Wait. If you're reading the news, you can ask the listener, should I continue? Or you can just read the entire news. You can see. And to tell you the truth, though, I am amazed. You are doing extremely good. So, read the entire news. Thanks.
Okay, so at long last, the National Patriotic Party's standard bearer, Jewel Howard Taylor, has publicly recognized Senator James Bannon as the legitimate chairman of the party. Vice President Taylor's recognition of Bannon comes days after the meeting with President George Weah, who instructed the NPP to return to status quo ante and focus on the re-election of the coalition in October 2023. Speaking at a meeting at the NPP town headquarters in Congo Town, Madam Taylor said, since the president made the request, she does recognize the Maryland County Senator as chairman of the NPP. Prior to her pronouncement, Senator James Bannon demanded that he will not recognize the vice president as standard bearer of the NPP until she recognizes him as chairman of the party and denounced Councillor Stanley Quacklin as chairman. In response, Vice President Jewel Howard Taylor acknowledged that while she was part of the faction that elected Councillor Quacklin, based on President Weah's intervention, she no longer recognizes Chairman Quacklin as chairman of the party. Meanwhile, veteran Liberian economist Sam Jackson has reaffirmed his membership with the NPP. Mr. Jackson said he has realized that no political party can win the October election without NPP collaboration. Speaking as a veteran of the party, Jackson said, despite leaving the party for a long period, he has returned to ensure that the NPP becomes stronger in the coalition and re-elect President George Manawia. WAEC boss Dial Boto has disclosed that Liberia has been ranked number 3 for the past 2 years in the sub-region in the English and math subjects, but still struggles in the science subjects. Speaking at the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs, and Tourism regular press briefing, Boto said Liberia is still declining in the science subjects with only 15.35% of students making the pass and over 80% still failing in the last 5 years. He attributed the situation to the lack of practical teachings in the school system. According to him, students' passing marks have been fluctuating since the inception of WISE. He said the institution does not have enough evidence as to what may be the factors responsible for the situation, but suggested that the COVID-19 pandemic may be a major factor. Finally, the University of Liberia president, Dr. Julius Nelson, has announced that the institution would on Wednesday launch the program of fishery science and aquaculture at bachelor degree level at the university. According to Dr. Nelson, the university, in partnership with the National Fishery and Aquaculture Authority and the World Bank, has secured $1.8 million for the development of fishery program at the university. Dr. Nelson added that the fishery sector will be a major contributor to the economy of the country, and the University of Liberia is prepared to build the capacity of those interested by working with them through the curriculum to give the appropriate degree. Dr. Nelson also said that the free tuition policy at the University of Liberia is still ongoing. He lauded President Weah for the initiative.
Yekezi Zugwe.
Yeah.
So folks are saying Yekezi and James Gooday. So maybe tomorrow on Monday, James Gooday will be reading the news. It's not a competition, but we'll try to give you things that happening from our news desk in Liberia. While you're on the show, probably you miss it. You have an opportunity to listen. As one of our producers will do us the great honor to read you information, news. And Yekezi, you guys do this thing every 4 hours or every 6 hours?
The news is a 45-minute program. It has other features like we give health report.
Is that every 4 hours or every 2 hours, every 6 hours?
Oh, okay.
Often?
The news comes at 6 a.m., 10 a.m., 2 p.m., and 7 p.m. every day.
Okay, beautiful. I think. Thank you for being the news editor at Spawn. We appreciate you, and thank you guys extremely for doing one of the best. Keep the nation informed. We didn't also include in your news the UP letter, the press statement that was released today that had my good friend Kef Hassan name. You know, they're running with Kef Hassan name. I am. Let me see if I can find you and send it to you.
Okay.
We're going to. Today is a wonderful day, by the way. It's kind of too cold, so we're going to be very quiet and allow you guys to do it. James, can you send it to Yekezi? I'm not coming up with his WhatsApp. You have it in your WhatsApp. Kafiko, you just heard Yekezi reading the news, man. I mean, what's up?
Very excellent. Really well. I think I would say on this show from now on, if Legacy is going to host this show, he should read the news before we come on. I think he should read. I think he should read it. I think he should read the news before we come on. At least uh, uh, if we come on our time, let him read it because excellence. I love it. Professional. Remind me during the days of Clement, when they were reading the news. Very professional. I think he should be reading the news. That was very good.
That's good. And let me just say, Yakezi, you from Nimba, right?
Yeah, I'm from Nimba.
Okay. Your prediction? Nimba versus Lofa?
Obviously, Nimba.
Nimba? How many goals?
Nimba is going to. That game is going to be a 2-1 game if it was Nimba. Yeah.
All right, James?
It's going to be a 2-0 game.
In favor of
Lofa.
Nimba.
So,
Lofa.
So let's do this. James said 2-0, right? Yakezi said 2-1. Between James and Yakezi, we'll do something strange. I'll put $150 down. If Nima wins, why is that Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday.
Yakezi, you walk away with 150. If Lofa wins, James, you walk away with 150.
Yakezi down.
Is it just a win or the prediction coming to pass?
We.
WIN.
We are.
Okay?
No prediction.
All right.
It's not about the goals. We're just looking for the trophy. So, if Nimba, between you and James, though, I'm just going to just sit back and watch. So, we will be giving James, thank God that James owed me, so I can just take that as part of my debt. He owed me. So, James will be walking away with 150. He can call Jatu in Liberia. Jatu will pick it up.
You see that way again.
When ain't going in, James, and you know that.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to beat you.
Right. So we look forward to a beautiful game on Sunday. I do believe that seriously, I will be supporting Lofa because my wife is from Lofa. I pray that Lofa wins, and it will be the best thing, and she will be celebrating. So, James, but if for any reason Nima having a win, then you'll be good to go. We appreciate you, and we hope we can do this so often.
Nima can make it.
Okay.
Who's speaking? They got a program here on CNN podcast. Who's talking to Chris Wallace? So if you said Nima can't make it, then we ask you who's talking. A man from Lofa saying Nima can make it, then it's obvious. But James, from your end, what are you hearing? What's going on? We had this breaking news yesterday about UP. We had the Western Cluster still spinning around. We are talking about Samuel Jackson moving over to NPP. And we're also talking about what is happening today in the country. As we move closer to election, some things are changing. Things are turning around, what are you hearing, James Goudet?
Kev information was confirmed today by the Ministry of Information. The information he brought here, it was confirmed. According to the ministry, they made initial contact with the vice president family regarding airlifting him to another place for better treatment, or any way they want them to help. The government is ready to help. Yesterday, UP folks said there was no discussion like that, but today the government confirmed that yes, they made contact with the vice president family. And also,
but James, let me hold you. James, I will ask you though. Let's go back to what you are saying. Was that UP position?
No, I mean, yesterday.
Go back to what you just said. Go over it again.
I said yesterday.
You are confirming what Kev said.
Yesterday, when Kev said the president told him that he made contact with the vice president regarding possible help towards his medical treatment, Costa came out. He said there have been no contact, and if there will be any contact, they will not agree. And the secretary also came out He said there have been no contact of such. So today, the Ministry of Information came out with a press statement like this, confirming that information that they made initial contact with the family. Yeah,
So, but let me ask you, keep the press statement up and look, keep it up, please. Let me just ask you, this is now official.
yeah.
It was written by Legible Learning, the Minister of Information. He said Friday, January 13. Wow, today is Friday the 13th, 2023. The government of Liberia has expressed concern following reports of the ill health of former Vice President Jose Yima Bouaka, who is said to have checked into a local hospital this week. As a statesman and political leader of the National Party, his well-being is of utmost interest to the country. In view of the foregoing, the government has initiated contacts with family members of the former vice president and offered to help in whatever way they deem necessary, while also wishing him a speedy recovery. This was signed by Legible Reading Minister James.
Yeah.
What we are seeing and reading here today, do you have the clip when the Honorable Kef Hassan broke this information yesterday? Can you find the clip and we'll come back because I think it's two different.
I can get it in 15.
Yeah, get it in 15 seconds. It's two different things here. And we got to be very straight as to the message that is coming up. But we'll give time to Kev. Kev, found out that the press statement is out. And folks are saying the statement went contrary to what you said. So talk to us.
It's only one contrary to those people who wanted to be contrary. I went further. It's in contrary. Contrary means I say X and the story says Z. That's what contrary means. What I said, the government and the president make a goodwill to the former vice presidents. To they gave an offer, gave an offer. I went further to say they accepted the offer. And then they wanted to be hush hush in the back. They don't want it to be out. So it's not contrary. I gave further information. Contrary means I say this and they say something else. They confirm what I said yesterday. The statement confirmed they made an offer. I went further. So I don't think it will be I don't think it will be justice to me to play that game with me to say I went contrary. LeBron people ain't stupid. I received calls and people were on Facebook today confirm or affirm what I said. So I think it would not be a good thing for this network because this network always come up with something for the Liberian people. If I come up and folks within this network want to say I go contrary, and that would not be right because what I said it was confirmed, and I went further. You can argue the further I went, fine. It's not contrary. Contrary means I say E and this is Z. That's what the English word contrary mean. Apart.
All right, we have.
I know my
Thank,
brother I went first grade. I would tell
thank
you
you.
first grade, but I think I can explain that better.
Okay, so we got a press statement from the Unity Party, the party position, and we'll be reading the press statement. Welcome to the show, Honorable Eugene Fagon. We're going to talk a little bit about everything that is happening in Liberia today. But the most important one also, you got to understand this thing about too much coming out about the former VP. I think he's home now, or he may probably be at the hospital still. But too much information running through, folks running on social media. And let's discuss it. Let's discuss a little bit of Western Cluster and that of NPP, what's happening. And we'll talk about other national issue in the country. We want to say thank you for joining us as always. We appreciate you. We recognize you. And let's have a wonderful show. Because today is Friday the 13th. Today is Friday. Well, we're going to share the link at some point for you to come and talk to us. Speak to the Liberian folks. Honorable Fagon, I want us to start because just maybe a few hours ago, you put out a press statement, the party, not the JMB family or the JMB team, but the party itself put out a press statement. But as a whole, because folks texted me that legible running press statement went contrary to what Kev said. So can we, from your end, start this conversation?
Well, thank you very much. And let me greet the both of you and extend warm greetings to the people in Liberia and around the world in the diaspora. Let me also extend my empathy with the family of the former VP, and I'm praying for him. I wish him well. I know he's going to pull through. He's a strong guy. He's not going to leave us hanging, as a country. But the people who are texting you to say that Kev went contrary to what you see in the press statement are absolutely correct. They're not wrong at all, because in the government's official statement, it said, and I'm going to quote them, and I'm going to tell you what Kev said yesterday. That is contrary. It says, as a statesman and a political leader of a national party, his well-being is of utmost interest to the country. Now, in view of the foregoing, the government has initiated contacts with family members of the former VP. That's contrary to what Kev told us, using the word negotiated. Initiated means you started something. Negotiated means you discussed something. And Kev told us the government negotiated, and I'm holding you, Stanton, as the witness. He said that Joseph Baga said, okay, we accept, except that we don't want it public. And the government said, no. Not the government, the president said, no. We have to go public. And Joe Barker said no. So right there, negotiations ended, not the initiation of the contact. Again, let's be clear. Kev said the president and the finance minister offered to help. Joe Barker accepted, but with a condition that it's not made public. The government rejected the counter offer. Yeah, we've been doing that thing for long, it's sweet. The government rejected the counter offer and said that it is money that is budgeted for. Therefore, they have to inform the public. And it was at that point that Joe Barker and his people turned it down. Today, you asked Kev 3 times. The president told you this. What was his response? He said yes. The president is the government chief executive officer. He's the head of the government. And today the government said it has initiated contacts. You can see the word there clearly, meaning it has contacted family members and have made an offer. So if the government says they've made an offer, we have to wait to see whether the family will accept it. That is contrary to what Kev told us last night, that it was rejected. Can we start a debate? That is what it's meant by contrary. The government says it has made an offer. Here in its press release, you can look at it again. We are now waiting for the family to respond. This is official now. Kev told us that it was rejected and that the president told him to tell the world. And that is not fiction. It's a fact. That is the true definition of contrary.
Kev Hassan, let me give you time to respond.
Sometimes we Fulham can say you say your child to school, when you know too much, you end up talking something. Stop that nonsense, man. Stop that.
You're gonna play Kev tape tonight,
Stop. You damn well know.
No, okay. Which one you want Fagon to stop? Which one you want him to stop?
Let me tell you. You see, CEO, Fagon think the LeBron pro not smart. Read the comments. The people telling you, Fagon, stop that thing. The people telling you the comment. People
you
who
read the comment?
Wait.
The last quote and I can't Kev lie. Princess Koba said this is to confirm. No, you reading it?
Listen.
I'm gonna read it for you.
Fagon, get him a chance. Fagon, let him talk. Fagon, please.
Wait. We're not talking about partisan there. Let me tell you, Liberian people. If nobody know Fagon well, you stop. He just standing there for you. That is the same thing. Initiated, negotiated. It's the same thing.
It can never be the same thing.
Fagon way.
The man rejected
Fagon, you will have your time. We're not many on the show. Let him talk.
Fagon, listen.
I haven't want to call smell no taste. The potato green body, I smell it. Good food. I can't eat every guy on the show. Let him talk about. Thank you, man.
But start at the poor many people. They told the people. They will say, all right, we'll take it. But please, who want people to know? Let me
ask you. Can we go? Kev, let me ask you a question. Let's play what you said yesterday. James, can you play?
I can repeat it. You don't need to play it.
No.
Liberia, through the president, offer the JMB, and so it's a statement to seek treatment abroad because of his illness. They accepted it. The only thing they don't want the country to know, they don't want to.
You said in a statement that was a statement.
No, I said they accepted it. They spoke to them. They
spoke.
The team accepted it. Yes, from the president of this country, George Manawia, that I can confirm to you. Spoke.
And then they say, okay, we would do it. Then what happened? But we would do it secretly.
They don't want that. Yes, they want it undercover. They want it secretly. Yes.
Do you have anything to show? Anything that we can turn to believe your story tonight?
It's 100% because I spoke.
It's not 100%, but do you have anything? I would not say it's 100%. You are not showing us anything. You have any text message, any phone call.
Still,
I cannot show. I cannot say. I will give you message for phone.
No, I'm asking you who get. So I'm not asking your sister. You say,
yeah, that's the question. Who told me?
yeah,
Right?
who told you? Yeah,
The president of the country, George.
oh, the president told you.
Yes.
Okay, so then because you said the president, let's respect that space a little bit. Give us exactly what the president told you because the word is listening. So talk to us.
Good. I spoke with the president, and the president said the offer, and including the finance minister, the offer.
So, but what Kev done? Kev run away again.
So sorry.
So I don't know if I go.
I can repeat it again. You want me to repeat it?
No. I beg you.
I can repeat.
We have heard enough. No, we have heard enough. Fagon.
I don't know why. No, but listen. Hold
on now. I beg you. No, you hold on. I'm the moderator. No, you wait. I'm the moderator. You wait. No, Kev, you wait. Kev, you wait. I told you not to go to that restaurant this afternoon. You went there too early.
Oh, I do that. I want a different restaurant, my man.
Oh, you want a different spot? Okay, thank God for that. Only those that in the cold can understand. Yeah. But you did. The man say he can double down. We don't want him doubling down. You know, it's right here. We just heard it again. I just want us to move on, Eugene. He said it. This is the Unity Party press statement today. James, can you please post the Unity Party immediate press statement?
I wish I had a copy of it. I've not seen it yet anyway.
I sent it to you. So boy, this thing is not clear. Put the other one that I sent you up, James. This one too small. If you can, please.
Now you're complaining about my eyeglasses the other day.
I mean, I'm not wearing glasses. You're wearing glasses. James, can you put this other one up? The one I just sent you, please. All right. So this press statement say, again, it came out today, Friday the 13th, 2023. It's a long press statement, but it said it can be recalled that a certain fellow on the January 12, 2023 edition of Spoon FM Net Show that goes by the moniker name Kef, Monica Kef. Hey, I reported that President George Weah called the former vice president. So Kef, your name is in the press statement. That's just the only part I want to read. But it's saying that Kef, that it wasn't true. So we're going to pause for a little bit. I want to give Fagon a chance and we'll move on because I have a better question to ask tonight, you know, while we dive into this discussion. Fagon.
Yeah.
Now, you be saying Kev is in error. That's the best way I can put it.
You think they're wrong? Kev said the president told him he called Buckeye. You know, Kev is the only one I can pronounce Buckeye name the Sierra Leonean way. Buckeye. In La Bro can say Buckeye. Buckeye can say Buckeye.
You got to admit I'm a countryman, huh?
Ah.
I'm a countryman, huh?
Okay. Kev say the president called Buckeye. The government say the government has initiated contact with the family. So that's one lie right there. Kev said Buckeye accepted. The Unity Party said that's a lie from hell. Kev said the Buckeye made a condition for acceptance. The Unity Party say a certain fellow, meaning they don't regard Kev as a Liberian. That's a press statement now. Totally one of you lying that these guys are dangerous. Don't play around here.
So they say certain fellow. That's what it means. Oh my goodness.
So, but whatever the case be.
But man, listen. I was sitting somewhere today. I was sitting somewhere today. I had something special for you. But because your behavior here, I told Stanton, hell no. I have some package for you.
Keep your package. Hey, remember how I ate your money for that girl? I don't want to get your money. You can't.
I was saying somewhere today, my man.
I'm really hungry. You are quite correct. Someone says Stanton look hungry. Jonathan, Bablo, I'm hungry. Man, it must. I can't read your own thing, my man. I will say the link. Yeah. I'm hungry to read all the long plenty thing. It must. Let me say.
Look at it. Need they call it, man. Monica Kef.
You can see all you want to say.
But I think it must recall he can read this thing tonight himself.
Yeah, but see you though. See you. If I can say something, if I don't talk, let me say. I never used the word Boca yesterday. I said team. Go back and listen to the tape. I said the Boca team, the Unity Party team. I said team, and I throw the challenge out there. I'm not talking about Amos Twer. Let me say this to you, Amos Twer.
Which one of the team you talking about, Kev?
That's what I'm going to now. Let me tell you, Amos Twer, the chairman, all the guys there, they are not important to Boca. Boca, there is a special team, and that team I will not call it. All the guys there, know nothing. Amos Twer can come and just run all his mouth he wants to, and then let him know that.
I put Secretary General, man. What do you mean, man?
Guys are just smoke screen. Nothing. They know nothing. Without puppy right to do anything, Amos Twer not even close. They're not even close.
Something wrong with Careful. You calling the post smoke screen?
That's smoke screen. Please. Amos Twer, why? Let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you one thing. And you see, Fagon that's doing his thing we do. Fagon's yes saying that he know how those things work. Amos Twer, all the guys, there's plenty talking. They not even get close to the big town discussion. They're not even close. They're not even travel the paper. They're not even privileged to serious discussion. That's small screen. Okay, Amos Twer go sit down. That's small screen. Amos Twer know nothing. Nothing will happen.
Kev, you talk with Joey out of there.
Let me say this to you.
Kev, you talk with Joey out of there.
My man, this is not the
Joey. My man, because he said he got package for me. I wonder where that Joey I get to you.
But Kev, stop getting to the guy personals.
Yeah,
my man. He got package for me. I want to know where that Joey I get to you.
We're not talking about your package bag. You say you don't work in the government. Why you worry about Joey package?
No, that one are true.
Yeah, but don't worry about Joey giving you package.
You say you have package, that government job.
The man said I was sitting somewhere eating, and I had package right there for you, and I called Stanton, but later on I changed my mind.
So what was the package?
So that means also tell you what the man package was.
Okay,
on the show.
Forget lobster.
But let's go ahead, man. I'm gonna tell you what the man package was. You miss it. And you're in the Washington DC era.
Somebody got package for you to call Stanton instead of calling your phone. That package there.
Because you're dangerous. The reason why the reason why the man decided to call me, I advised him legally that it would be a problem. And he accepted my advice.
Yes, sir.
You are of no position, and many of you are dirty, very, very dangerous. So we cannot. And the package said, "No, let me mind my business."
So why you didn't advise it, man? That'll break that news.
No, I told you not to say it, but the man tried to say it to redirect our conversation. But let's move ahead, though. Let's move ahead. Let me ask you something serious today. Today, it's just kind of cool over here. It's very cool. Other places getting snow, and it's this the time just to relax and watch Netflix and just have fun. Let's just pass the link out. Let people come and talk.
Tonight is actually to talk about some of the most serious things happening within the political landscape. NPP meeting that was supposed to take a decision to join. You want to change the topic, you will not change it. Don't change my topic, my man.
Yeah, but
my man, let me tell my own
But Kev, let the man finish, because you know why? I got somebody coming on and we'll be having some serious conversation. But I want to allow Fagon to finish. Fagon, you want to talk about the NPP? That's a serious issue. We have video of Sam Jackson, reconfirming his membership within the NPP. I mean, folks say it was a good thing, but it's Sam Jackson, though.
You didn't show the video to the end.
And hold on, folks say it was a good thing, but it's Sam Jackson. I thought Sam Jackson was sedition. I thought he was part of UP doing Madam Salif. Now he's from NPP. The real Sam Jackson need to stand up. We need to understand the real Sam Jackson. Sam Jackson going back to reconfirm his commitment to NPP. Would that help NPP? What's the significance, Eugene Fagon?
The first thing, the man who went to help the people to take them to another level, the man did not wait for the meeting to end. If you watch the video, they interviewed the man outside the first, the man will come. The man sat to the play for 1 hour. He saw brutal fighting, total disagreement. And in his comment, he said, that is if the NPP will remain with the CDC. If you watched it, it's there. As good as then they will play. Meaning he sensed something. Just imagine they got 1 more week to go. And something leaked through the lips of Abel Mazali. He said, you're sent out to negotiate. We talk about 3 ministries and 7 assistant ministers' position. And the president said he's not appointing anyone until after the election. Imagine Sam Jackson is making his way through the NPP. Hopeful that if the NPP send a list, he's qualified. The London graduate, the London School of Economics graduate, now reaffirming his membership with the NPP. And the thing about it, he's on camera signing. But the noise made the old man walk outside. The big brother walk outside. And the Spoon TV, I mean, you're picking a Ginger Russell. They took the screen from on the VP, the chairman, and they ran behind Samuel Jackson outside with the screen. And you know what happened? The meeting ended in a deadlock. And there were 2 outcomes. Both sides said they're going. They're not going to credit President We Are. It's not going to happen. They credited him for the last 6 years. They will not credit him for the next 6 years. And Sam Jackson, after signing his membership now, is now with the others trying to see what they can work out. But I can say this. The leaders of the NPP can only work out something for themselves. Because I don't think they can work out something for all the NPP partisans. Let alone if you see NPP, which is bigger than LPDP, in such horrible state or political state with no leverage, the LPDP, and that's why I advise everyone, watch the process. Don't jump. There's a lot behind the curtains. And yesterday, Prince Johnson said, he doubled down again, that he was the one that signed the agreement with CDC. Now it's a different political leader, and he's going to run, and they will support him. So we're in a dangerous situation for the CDC. I will stop there for now.
You are in a dangerous position. Why? Because of NPP? Don't you think we saw Madam VP recognizing the chairman?
Yeah.
Jimmy. We heard the chairman and we saw the chairman recognizing the VP as standard bearer. That's unity. That's unity,
yeah.
though.
Yeah. So why you think legality now? If I say you my CEO and you say I'm your employee, we're supposed to know the policy of the company, right? Why bring about legality that caused the meeting to end into a deadlock? The legality issue ended the meeting. So now, why are we in a much dangerous state? It's because when our news broke that nobody would be hired until after elections, that was the icing on the cake. The guys are now willing to credit President Weah another 6 years. So it's dangerous.
Don't you, I mean, what we are also hearing, though it was very important for them to make those statements after the gentleman said, well, the president cannot make any new appointment at this time after the election. That's what the president said in the meeting. Now they have gone back down to really discuss amongst themselves. So don't you think NPP not going anywhere though? They will remain with the CDC?
I think the way it's going right now, I'm going to say this to you. Believe you me this one time. Remember when I told you that Belete will hold a paper and normally will carry partisans? When that meeting was going on, the guy who presented himself as chairman was not in that meeting. He was a chancellor with a whole group. With a whole group that they were at. So the party is already divided. And what can unify them is not forthcoming. But here is the irony, though. President Weah is fighting for peace in the NPP. Has he initiated peace in the Congress? You have always heard disenchanted seditions, right? What has President Weah done for the disenchanted seditions? How can you be fighting to take call for in somebody's eye? And the one that in your eye making you can't even see clear. I say there is danger to the CDC. I know what I'm saying. I can bring more dangers. But these two will be enough for you. Just to wake them up. I know of another dangerous situation taking place right now. And it's not helpful. So they got one more week to go. Remember, let me leave you with this. I hope I don't create a sour taste in your mouth. The program was scheduled for when? February when? 4th.
The CDC program.
Oh, yeah. To nominate the Senate bearer. And up to now, you have not concluded the framework document. Are you kidding me? You're a CEO. You run an organization. It's supposed to make you scared. You have not even completed the draft. And it's 2 weeks to your program to be nominated. Here is what happened. Prince Johnson withdrew. NPP technically withdrew. LPTV technically withdrew. So what's going to happen on February 4th? We are about 2 weeks, few days, and we still cannot see a draft. Watch me. Excuse me.
All right, let's hear from Kev. Kev.
If you think that next month will be a divided CDC, mistaken. What I saw on the NPP issue that went on, it made me feel good about the country that we can have a dispute and fix it. Vice President spoke, Siri Allen spoke, Barney spoke, other and important people within the MPP spoke. The common ground within the MPP is go back to status quo. They went back. They're going back. And according to the vice president, they went back. The president intervened, and they went back. So everything within the MPP went back to status quo. But let me say this: I think it's a healthy thing to see that political party can disagree on national platform, TV, people saying it. When I saw it, CEO, I said, what a beautiful day in Liberia. A lot of people see it as negative. It's a great thing to see that political parties are not sycophants. They are not people who move by the wind. Let's go. They can disagree. What happened within the NPP tells me or show me that Liberia is heading to a better place. You know what? You know what? I think I said that to you, CEO, in the back, that the Republicans stood on the ground for McCarthy, and they pushed him for days, and they elected him. To see that the MPP pushing, what a beautiful thing to see. I love it that they can disagree and agree. If anybody think that what happening within the MPP is negative, I think they're just playing fun. It's a beautiful thing that you can see in Liberia, a political party. I can tell you, take a tour around West Africa. It don't happen. What the government want in West Africa, that's what happened. But to see in Liberia,
you say what the government want, that's what happened?
In some other West African country. Yes.
Yeah.
But in Liberia, that's not the same.
Brother. You know what I mean, Kev?
No, Seal, please, I beg you. I hold your phone.
All right, I'll be quiet.
Yeah. I say in West Africa, in some other country, other than Liberia, what happened? What the president then want in other country that will happen? In Liberia, it's not that. It's not there. In Liberia, I can see a true democracy as the best. That the party. You can say anything about the Unity Party, the CDC, the MPP, the this, the that. But you can see in Liberia is one of the country that show a true transformation of democracy in Africa. Liberia is one of the places that you can exercise your right without within this government, without anybody come and hold you. That you can have a true press, can say anything. Like the station, like Spoon, can say just about anything. Nobody will come and say something to you. So what I saw within the MPP, yesterday, I get hope for that country that one can come out and speak and dispute. Imagine, CEO, the vice president was there. You see people standing up and going against the vice president. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beauty. If anybody think what they saw yesterday is a negative, instead of praising it, you get a serious issue. It's
all right. Kev, hold on 1 minute. Kev, hold on 1 minute. We're going back. Well, okay, Kev, hold on now. Let's bring your bummy brother, the Fagon.
Listen, I don't know who Kev talking to, because I don't think Kev talking to Liberian Pool. I don't even know what video. I don't even know what video Kev watched. Because like you who called me and said, "Oh my man, you watching it?" Kev, the president, when they went to the meeting, advised them to return to status quo ante. The issue was raised, just in case. I don't think you watch it. Now, when the vice president brought about legality, they turned around after Barney said no. If we go to legality, we got to go with the court's decision. Because if we don't, it is, I'm quoting Barney again, contemptuous.
I'm not going off because you're talking. I just want to use the restroom. I'll listen to you on the other device.
You can listen in the car. Go come out. You can sit down now to hear what they got to hear. They got to help him. So, Barney said,
I beg you, Eugene, please, Eugene, I beg you, sorry to interrupt you. James, can you post the link? Folks want to contribute. Let's give them time to post the link, James. Go ahead, my brother.
It was at that point that they called in the legal minds of the party. They said the president was in error. The legal minds, they said once the matter is before the court, and the civil law court ruled, and they went to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court upheld the ruling of the civil law court. The ruling of the court is binding on the party. Therefore, there is no way they can return to status quo ante. Which one care was yesterday? Which one he was? Now that's how, if you go to status quo ante, then it means you're starting the way you guys were before. That's what status quo ante means. Go back to where you were. But the court ruling says, you, my man, you are the chairman of the party. Lead the party to convention. Do what the party stuff says. And that's what Barney wanted to do. And if Barney proceeds to do that, Jewel is no longer stand-up bearer. That's the bad news for her. The good news for her is the coalition document of which I'm part, or the old document, said that the president can pick from among the three parties a running mate. So Jewel stay qualified, except that she wouldn't be the standard bearer of the NPP. Now, I don't see that as a problem. They will take care of you. Why you keep going in this thing? Why not let Peter be and let Paul be? Why you still want to be in the middle of the party? And so it ended in a deadlock. Now you're about where Kev talking. Oh, it's a good thing. If anyone thinks negative, it is negative. From October of last year, we discussed this on Spoon Network. The CDC document ceased to exist. And I think you need to talk about that. From October, CEO, to January of the following year, you cannot reach an agreement. I'm asking you, the CEO, now, what does that say? Is that not trouble somewhere?
No,
somebody to care out to school?
But Fagon,
yeah.
Former Deputy Minister Fagon from the CDC government, these things happen though. Correct me. Let me just say just a few words in this.
Not in this way and manner.
Yeah, but okay, all right.
January.
Let me speak now, Fagon.
December, January. You can't get draft.
Let me say something. Dr. Peabody, welcome to the show. It's good to know you jump on. It gave some of us the time to go and eat something because the brother is hungry. But Fagon, let's get back on track. I do believe these things have happened before. It's negotiation. It can happen. I mean, Liberians going to come on the network and say what they want to say. We'll open the phone line. But these things are negotiation, Fagon, a faithful, truthful negotiation. It have to be crazy to get it right. One of the achievements yesterday, when they were having the program, when they opened the program to the public, that was, I was so happy, right? Jimmy, the senator, Say, I will not recognize Madam Joa Howard Taylor as standard bearer of this party, except she denounced.
Yeah.
And she did.
She had to.
Jimmy, hold on 1 minute. Jimmy recognized her. She recognized Jimmy.
Of course, now.
Standard bearer, chairman.
Thank you.
So that case closed, right?
Yeah.
So now there's no wahala.
No wahala there now.
No, now hold on now. Let's take it step by step.
The chairman won't perform.
No. That's the second level now. We stay on first floor.
Okay, first floor.
We came from the ground floor. We hit first floor.
Yeah.
Everybody happy. Things okay. Everything moving in the right direction. They have recognized each other. Forgone. It will be no perfect political party if you do not have this agreement.
Absolutely.
That's why these things must happen. But the first major hurdle they have crossed by recognizing each other position. Now they're going to talk about the legal aspect and say who's right. Look at our own Pape, Chief Allen. Pape caught the sea in the sand. You think they're just sitting down? I just saw George Wheeler in the back. I will be bringing him on once he get back. You think they're just sitting down, Fagon? Don't you think right now, as of today, they're talking? But let me ask you before I go to that to Pete about it. Fagon, what's your wish for the CDC, the bigger CDC? Are you happy? You really want NPP to leave? The coalition?
No.
Is that what you want?
No. Here is what is supposed to happen, not what I want. And people heard me blowing this trumpet. Re-engage, reorganize, and reconcile. Everybody, my witness, heard me saying it. And today, they got certain people, especially a small group from the Congress for Democratic Change, that does not understand the difference between a political party and a coalition. The sooner they do, the better it will be for them. They want to always do like this, but they forget to know that there are shoulders.
Fago, we understood all that. Today, Friday the 13th. Let me hold you.
What's the way forward?
No. I didn't say what's the way forward. Kev, please don't let your brother do this, man. I'm too hungry for this.
Okay, what was your question?
I said, what do you want? You saying the people that breaking apart. You saying they will never see eye to eye.
Answer the question for me.
No. I will ask you, Fago. I will ask you.
I'm telling you what I want.
Yeah, but I don't go ahead and start talking in the corner. What Fagon want? You want to see them? You want to see them separated? You want to see them united? You want to see them having that togetherness and say, yes, we are party that stands together with John CDC? Or you don't want them to be with CDC? Eugene Lamy Fagon, what are you asking Jimmy to do? What are you asking Madam VP to do? What are you asking the executive of NPP to do within this collaboration with CDC? What
now,
you want?
Now you not limit it to one party, NPP. But you
I said NPP. Yeah, but let's talk one at a time, man. Don't go over NPP.
All right, we should deal with NPP.
Yeah.
What I need them to do is to recognize one thing: the law of the country as well as the law of the party. The law of the country say this man is the chairman. You, the standard bearer. Then you want to play chairman role? Leave the chairman to run the party. You are the standard bearer. The party law say the chairman will do X, Y, Z. It didn't say the standard bearer. You went to a civil law court, which is a lower court. The court ruled in favor of the man. You drag the man to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court ruled in favor of the man. The man called meeting again. You still don't want to recognize him, even though the highest court in the land recognized him. It was when you called my attention. He wants to proceed. You don't want him to proceed. You start talking about legality. When in fact, the president and chief standard bearer of the coalition advised that you should go back to status quo antique. Once you brought legality in it, then they had to go by the ruling of the court. The meeting ended in the deadlock. You ask me what I want? I'm not Samuel Jassy. I'm not MPP partisan. It's not what I want. It's what the MPP want. Because you ask me what I want, I tell you yourself, leave your political green and go somewhere else.
Fagon.
You muted.
No, I know. I just realized that because Kev refused to tell me. Let me bring it down to Peabody. Georgie, welcome to the show, man. I know you want to contribute, but pause a little bit. Let me bring in our own brother, Dr. Peabody. The body. I'm kind of confused as to Fagon circumventing the truth, desire of his intent.
Let me do
my own question about. Please, let me do my question. Bye. Yeah, you know, Fagon. I'm confused.
See why the man say you in Kumi's party.
Okay, I will be over soon. I'm confused, Dr. Peabody. The man say he's part of the MPP. No, but we agree because he said
the girls then say your guests we don't go cover him. So the girls then we did.
But that get a look bad. Yeah, they will figure that one out. Dr. Peabody, my own concern here. Fagon, what you want? He's not telling us. Are you wishing for NPP to leave CDC and MDR into their own Wahala? Imagine, Dr. Peabody, you're a reasonable man. These people were fighting. They went to meet the old man Pape, President Joe Manuel Weah. The king himself to solve the problem, to intervene some way, somehow. He did. We were on Spoon Talk, beating on President Weah saying you must intervene. Fagon say if you do not intervene, these people leaving by 12 a.m. midnight the next day. You must. Mr. President intervene.
Yeah.
Yesterday, to the amazement of everybody, they were so surprised. Guess what? Madam VP said, the chairman Jimmy. Senator Jimmy said, stand up bearer, Madam VP.
Cool place.
Are they not making progress? Why Fagon not crying more than the bereaved? Why the people talking in the corner? Dr. Peabody, man, let's try to shut this Fagon guy up, man. He gets something like intention, it will come up today.
This trouble. I don't want to make flower the meeting in Dela.
Dr. Peabody, please.
Your job is to tell the people why the meeting in Dela. Now your job, you want to tell the people?
I think what I gather is that you have a disorganized group of people or party, disenchanted partisans, and even though the president intervened, but it does not appear that they have resolved the issue.
I mean, you know, my man Georgie run away when you go push share on.
I mean, the whole group just saying.
I mean, you go remember man Josh, you go run away. The man go push share on. But Johnny, go put your share on. I don't really put a get pair with you. Go ahead, people.
You know, people on the show, y'all waiting to tell, but to see something that y'all with. So for y'all waiting to get in trouble.
They say Spooner have a dress code. Yeah. Muscle man, fat man. Why you put him? Let me bring my man. I put share on y'all. Maybe they may get somebody looking at him. Decide to show some
it's good. It's good for George. You gotta remember way back, George, to be one of the big critics of the show. So it's good thing that people criticize him so you can see how people behave.
So the men I put share on y'all. You don't move on, please.
It's good. You gotta put it who got that to do. You gotta criticize other people.
I know.
Look at the man say, go cover your fat boy.
Yeah, the judge right, they got nothing. The judge coming off. They're looking for something to come off. But I think what in all fairness, good to see you, George. In all fairness, I think the party they need to do more in terms of engaging each other on how they can resolve their problem. The president did his best by trying to intervene, trying to talk to them and see how they can be one. But the internal wrangling within that party, I don't think it has been resolved. And they really need to sit down one-on-one. The official, the senior leaders
they need to sit one-on-one, spend the whole day together.
Let the people them recognize each other. The first major step, man.
Yeah.
All right. Give them a little bit of breathing room. Tell them say thank you. That's what the president was asking for.
But see, yesterday was a mess. That thing we saw there yesterday, it was a mess. They should not even put that live.
But the man said, "Who talking to you? Call a team and ran away."
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
Yes, CEO man.
No, Fagon, we didn't. Listen, they asked Fagon, they asked the network to leave because then they were going beyond closed.
I didn't say the network. I said you.
It was look, y'all leave the man now. The man I put on his shirt. Y'all right on something else. Put the right on the show. The man I put on his shirt. What were you talking for now? I have to. So the thing is, I think they need to re-engage and need to spend time having a discussion about. From what I see, yes, they recognize each other, but there's still some bad blood among some members in the party, and they need to resolve that. That's what I feel. I see you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Let me bring in. Oh, sorry, Kev. Kev, talk to us about this. Then I'll bring in our man, Georgie, on the show. Talk to us about the MPP thing because I disagree with Fagon to some extent. The fact is that the people making progress. Rome was never built in a single day. Honor Chastain leadership, NPP, always like this. They used to fight each other. They used to do even the worst. But yesterday, the chairman recognizing the stand-up bearer, recognizing the chairman as great improvement. And I think what I do believe and what I know, NPP ain't going anywhere. Except something Fagon praying for, we got to go to the prophet man and ask the prophet man what Fagon actually praying for.
Pray for something that is not your own.
Is he praying for that disunity? But Kev, talk to us, my brother.
And tell you the person he must take out his share. The person Kev must take out his share.
Yeah, but
Kev, they say you must take out your share. You don't want to allow
to take out your share. Man.
Yeah, but CEO with men like Fagon who understand the political space, who understand international politics, anything he's saying is being deliberate. He knows that the MPP fixed the problem. He knows that in this country where Democrat had an issue with Bernie Sanders and Hillary, it was a war. They fixed it at the end. He knew that. But the problem is that he just wants to throw red meat. That's what Fagon is doing. He just wants to throw red meat. I can tell you 2 months or 3 months from now, it will be a different Fagon. It will be a different Fagon on the show. 2-3 months from now. I can tell you it will be a different Fagon. So you don't buy what he's saying. He know that the MPP, what happened with the MPP is normal. It's a normal thing. It's a beauty of what we have in Liberia. We all should praise it. That you're seeing a beautiful thing that happened. They disagree. Imagine, Bernie was saying the vice president coming. The vice president they had the dispute and they fixed it. Name me one country in West Africa that I know. Because I've never been to South Africa or East Africa, North Africa. But what I know is West Africa. That a vice president will come and somebody open them off. Name me what. Fagon out in Sierra Leone together. Open your mouth. Open your mouth to vice president. If you see it the next day, are you crazy? Guinea, open your mouth. Ghana, you can't do that. But Liberia, you have total freedom. It's a beauty. If we cannot praise that a party can look at the vice president and say things and walk out freely, if you cannot accept that, I quote from the ambassador, the ambassador, American ambassador, he said, what happened in Liberia, you better take it. Because I've been a Peace Corps, and I know the freedom in Liberia is not all over. You better take it. Fagon, no. Total freedom.
Let me get something straight. Let me get some straight. So you say you and Fagon were in Sierra Leone together?
Of course. Yeah, in there.
Oh,
We'll Sierra Leone together.
So it's not only you alone. Fagon was in Sierra Leone too now.
Man, look at me.
But when I
No, Fagon, no, you're not no part. You will get a brother chance. No, Fagon, you will get a brother chance to speak. Fagon, you will get the brother chance to speak. Kev. Because every day, Fagon saying you alone went to Sierra Leone and came from Sierra Leone. No, but I beg you back. Fagon, today.
Kev didn't go to Sierra Leone at the same time.
Fagon, you interrupting the show, my brother. Don't do that. You have the time. You have the time to speak. No. Fagon, you will have your time to speak. But then, Kev, you are not telling us that Fagon also is a Sierra Leone.
Let me tell you this. When I was leaving, when me and my brother were leaving to the United States, you know the first person that we told were leaving to the United States? That guy called Fagon. We're coming to the United States. This guy. He's the one that.
So we come to the Fagon issue, but you are confirming.
During the 90s, me and my brother were coming to the United States. You know the person we were telling? That guy called Fagon.
So yeah, now I'm asking you real quick. You are confirming on the show that Fagon was in Sierra Leone too.
Yeah,
but then Fagon deny. Why you wasting the labyrinth time?
I beg you, Fagon, please don't run. Fagon, don't do this thing. Fagon, we're not asking for your story. Fagon, we are not asking for your story. You don't have to justify yourself.
I'm not saying Fagon is a Sierra Leone.
No.
No, but you acting like I say, oh, I'm go Sierra Leone. What was the problem?
Yeah, leave it now. You feeling putting it out there, leave it. Let me bring our brother Josh with us. Johnny, you know what? In crew, they forget this thing. They say, "Talk, bring talk." Every day, if I gonna beat you on Kev about Sierra Leone. Today, we don't know that the Fagon said from both water side Sierra Leone too. Talk to us, Josh. I mean, I'm so sorry, let me tell you.
Let me tell you guys something.
No. Let George talk. Kev, leave that one.
Let me tell you guys something. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say, but let me tell you guys something. When people there say, sometimes I listen to my brother Peabody or Tomley or people, this man and I, we basically a family. We are a family. So anybody who says I listen to Peabody,
Tomley, let me say this. Kev.
The people who can call it man wet up spoon is the man is wet up spoon wet up.
Kev, we heard what you say, Kev. Let's go to Josh. Josh, this is a breaking news on the set, right? All I've ever thought in my life, it was on the curve. And Kev came from Sierra Leone. All I ever thought. I never knew for one bit that we had another Sierra Leone on the show. Now the Liberian people know. But actually, man from Bowater side, you can just walk 30 minutes back into Morovia. But talk to us, Josh. We're not open yet, but wait. Fagon, wait. Just tell me,
yes, CEO, thank you for having me on the show. I think it's a breaking news. I agree with you because I've never thought, Fagon was even, closely related to Sierra Leone, but now the breaking news today. But CEO,
I can see the guy that wants to send me to Valentine's. How you call it?
So CEO,
I can tell you, Fagon Creole is so clean.
Let's go back to the NPP and then UP story right quick.
Yeah,
but let's go back to NPP and UP. Guys, I will say this to you. Today is Friday. We'll relax and send you the link. Come and say your stuff. We can discuss Western Cluster. It's up to you. The UP and CDC, information are coming up. It's up to you. We'll be discussing what we're talking about right now, the NPP problem and other national issues. Just come and make your case. Let's do a 1-hour program. We'll be out of here. So, George, thank you for joining us. Let's talk.
Thank you, CEO, and thanks to everyone who's listening, and Peabody, Mr. Fagon, and my man Kev. Thank you for having me. I think it's a wonderful discussion. The reason I really enthused me to come on the show this morning. I was asleep, and when my alarm came off and the show was on, it was what the political scientist was saying, Mr. Fagon, that contrary, the differentiation between contrary and what exactly was contained in the press statement from the government. I think I disagree with Fagon, and I wrote it clearly on here that when they say contrary, it's opposite. That's what we know of when we went to school. I know that, like, I listened to it a few years ago when they said contrary to popular view that Hillary Clinton would have won. You know what I mean? She did not win. That means it was completely opposite. So what is contained in the press statement from the government is exactly what Kev said. Kev did not. The only thing that press statement did not disclose was the details of that initiation of the discussion. Because if you initiate something, you have started something, you have already started talking. So if it is not resolved, that means the initiation is still on. If it's concluded, then that means the discussion is over and there's an agreement. But because there was a dialogue,
hold on, Fagon, let him finish. Fagon, let him finish. You have time to ask.
Definitely. But because there was a dialogue, which of course was clearly stated in the details that Kev provided to us.
Fagon, you're not made a man to get internet problem.
No, but you play Kev tip.
Yeah, but you're not interrupt the man. Internet different from the man. Cyrus
brother. That man has to be here. So you didn't tell you to go. You can't go contrary.
Cyrus, talk to us. You are muted, Cyrus. There you go, Cyrus. Another internet problem. All right. Yeah. So Fagon, let's hear you.
Yeah. He said the negotiation, he said the initiation is the same because it's still going.
Come back, Judge.
Now, if you say Kev said he initiated, thanks to Spoon Network, they played the clip. Kev did not talk about initiation. Kev said there was an offer made. The offer was accepted. ACCEPTED.
He did. He said that.
Then he said it came with a condition. And then the government came back with a counter offer that we must say this. And then the people outrightly rejected it. Case closed. That's contrary to what the government says, that they've initiated talks. And as far as we're concerned, they're talking. But on Kev's episode, there's no more talk. Case closed. An offer was made. An acceptance was made with condition. The condition was rejected. The rejection was accepted. Case closed.
All right. So thank you very much. Let me bring in Melvin.
Contrary.
All right, Melvin is not ready. So I'm going to bring in someone else. What's on your mind, my dear friend? Joseph Dabla. I mean, you put clothes on, man. Go put some shirt on, my man. Today is Friday. Melvin, why you standing that muscle, man? Sit down, my man. It's not serious.
The man want to see it muscle too.
I mean, sit down. It's not serious.
Okay. I want a man want to.
But the other man show him muscle. So the other man to stand and show him.
But Melvin, thank you. What's on your mind tonight? Okay. 1 minute or 2 minutes. What really you want to talk about?
Okay, thank you, CEO. Thank you for the time. You got it, man?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you for the time. I'm going to say thank you for your show. I've been following. I think it's my second time coming on. I will say, Kev made a small mistake yesterday. He brought the president to public ridicule. Seriously. It was forced that today the information ministry was forced to come up with press release. I think it was very, very wrong. You do rush to bring news that is not to the extent it's not completed yet. So I think it was a mistake on Kev side And another thing, within the MPP, I think I want to tell the MPP thank you. They did well. Then the issue of Liberty Party can sit down face to face. So I think the Liberty Party need to learn from the MPP scenario. At least they start together. Despite some people who is still going on, but at least they did the best. So I'm gonna say thank you for the show and giving me the time.
Is there anything else you want to talk about before you leave us tonight?
CEO, I have nothing yet to say again. Just to say thanks to everyone and also thank to Fagon, because Fagon most of the time he push real logic. Most of the time. But Lana Kev was so embarrassed, man. It was so shame and disgrace.
Where are you joining us from?
Maryland.
All right,
Yes,
you are 10 minutes away from Kev.
Yeah, but
Mary.
See you.
Yes, sir.
I'm 15 minutes away from Mary.
See you.
Yeah, Kev.
Let me ask Melvin. Melvin.
Yes, sir.
What was embarrassing yesterday?
The embarrassment was when CEO received a message from Norris 12 saying that it was not the president who provided information. You are me. You did air yesterday. CEO said it. And how everybody on the platform begin to look at you like you're providing wrong information.
Wait. The Morris Swersey was not the president. Who Morris Swersey the information?
Norris 12 brother.
Yeah, Morris 12.
So let's let him go, Kev. We're talking about this. Let's bring the other people. Yeah, Kev, but let me fast now. We're not going to make him the guest tonight. Yeah, but the brother make his point. Let him go. Just take note. Yeah, thank you, brother. We got a lot of folks joining us. Thank you.
Thank you, CEO.
You're welcome. The man 30 minutes. The man 30 minutes away from you, Kev. Let me bring in Cyrus. Cyrus, what's up?
I'm good, CEO. How are you doing?
All is well, man. What's on your mind?
I'm good. Good to be calling you from Minnesota. There are a couple of issues. Two things that I wanted to just touch on quickly. Firstly, the issue with Vice President Barker. I don't know whether I'm correct, but since the government of Liberia official statement, though very short, not too much of detail came out today, I don't know whether there is anything out there from the Unity Party or the camp of Vice President Barker reacting to what the government had put up, because yesterday when Kev broke this story, we had a number of Unity partisans coming up to deny, but now that the government officially, all right, so maybe we need to read a statement, or if you've already read it, maybe I got on lately to hear what their responses are as it relates to the government statement. Secondly, the NPP. From what we've seen in the MPP, I don't know, you put it that way. I think this problem is over in the MPP, because key in this, what I took away from that meeting, the last statement from the vice president, talking about those key things that they need to deal with before they can go back to that particular framework document on their own points. Key there is jobs. When she's talking about jobs, those people were jeering her up. But my question is, why wait for this pressing time? Wait for internal wrangling before the government can come up to give these parties that are onto this coalition jobs? Is it something that is going to be a long-term thing, or is just because you want the support from these coalition members that you are now putting forth to them jobs so that they can be able to support or give you everything that they need? And she said it clearly, there are a lot of jobs out there. So if you look into the foreign service, there are a lot of jobs out there in the foreign mission. Why you kept all of these at the 11th hour? It is now like 10 months to elections. You are coming with this. So that's what I'm just pondering over. Why not give it to them? Well, you have to wait for this time. Is it because you want their support? Is it going to be a long-term thing? That's my major question that I think that the government needs to speak to. Thank you so kindly, and have a great evening.
Cyrus, thank you very much. We just appreciate you following us. Appreciate your 2 cents into this conversation tonight. We say thank you. Yeah. All right. Let's just take one more, then we'll go back. We'll go back to the round table. Let's just bring in Salonte. Salonte.
Yeah, Salonte. Nana kuda pere ni Eugene na pere ni. And I could have better name.
Sorry, I thought I was his friend. He got one from my friend in Stanton.
Leave me alone, man. Go ahead, Solanta.
Okay, just to push my point through quick, I'm confused as to what really Eugene is trying to push in studio really. One minute he said the MPP is not doing anything, but another minute he will agree with you, Stanton, that there was a little progress, but it didn't go back. For the fact, I followed the program yesterday. For the fact that at some point in time, both parties got to recognize each other as the vice president position and the chairman position, which is banning on a position. I think that's a good starting for them. I think from that point on, it's easier now to solve the problem for the fact that they have recognized each other as standard bearer and party chairman. I think that's a bold step to start with. After that, moving forward, there's nothing much. Every party will have a little problem, but once you can recognize your friend's position and be able to recognize where things went wrong and be able to sit and talk about it in the public, I think in the private, which is behind the house, things can be solved better. That's my first point. And the next point is
before you go to your second point, let me ask you a question on your first point, if you don't mind. Do you know why the meeting ended in the deadlock? Since you follow, do you know why the meeting ended in the deadlock?
The reason I think,
but why did the meeting end in a deadlock?
It ended in a deadlock first. I think because the vice president mentioned something about legality, and James Banning thought that there was some problem. But my point I'm pushing here is that issue of legality, because the one major point that the both parties were refusing to recognize is Madam Vice President to be as chairman of the party or chairlady, whatever the case is. Let me say, standard bearer rather, and Mr. Barney, Madam Vice President, recognizing Barney as party chairman. Once they can cross that point, because even when they went to court, those were things they were pushing in the court. So if they can recognize each other in front of the camera, there are other legal things. I think there will be minor things. Once Chief Cyril Allen could stand in the public and make both parties come to recognize each other, I think it won't be anything difficult again to recognize other things and work on them behind closed doors like they said they were going to do. I think from my own way of looking at how things ended yesterday, I think behind closed door, before the weekend or early next week, everything will be fine. They can handle it. That's what I think. And my second point,
but I hope they see. But quickly before you go to your second point, you realize that the chairman of a political party runs the day-to-day affairs of the party. You agree?
I'm not disproving that.
Okay, so why is it that he wants to run the affairs of the party and the VP will bring in the issue of legality? Once you recognize the man as chairman, why can't you let him run the party? But make your second point.
Okay, I'll go to my second point because I'm not a guest and we could go on and on. I will have a lot of defense here.
We got other people coming on, so
that's what I'm saying. Let me just go to the second point. I understand that the Unity Party, I don't know why they're pushing on this medical issue. I don't know, but if you ask me, I'm a citizen. I will be bold and tell you, but 100%, I think for the services rendered to the state by the former vice president, it's the government's responsibility to take care of him until the day God call him. So for me, I see nothing wrong in maybe the government taking initiative to take you to hospital and letting the Liberian people know that, oh, our former vice president was sick or he's not well, and we took him to take better treatment as we should do. Because we accuse Eddie Johnson Sirleaf of not taking care of Judy Bryant until he died. We accuse her of not taking care of Moses Black until he died. We don't know if the government said the same thing and maybe they refused because they didn't want to be put to the public. Because today we have accused our presidents or leaders of government of refusing to take care of former leaders. So I see nothing wrong with that. It's the government responsibility. What are you talking? Say we don't want to take care of him. We not take care of him. You will just be hitting your head because it is the state's responsibility to take care of that man until the day God call him. So I see no reason why they're trying to politicize it. The government is just trying to take care of her responsibility. It's just that you have a child. It's a responsibility to take care of that child until the reach certain age. No matter what you do, what you wanted, the whole world say you're taking care of your child, carrying them to the hospital, doing this and that, you just hitting your head, but it is a responsibility. So the United Party just making a more out of a mountain because it's the state's responsibility to take care of that man until the day God call him. Thank you, Stanton, and I'll keep following.
Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us. Good points. Thanks a lot. Let me bring in Joseph. Joseph Gabla.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Hi, the Spoon family. I really want to talk about the vice president issue. You know, yesterday, Unity Party people like it's a disrespect. Don't respect the old man. You know, anything.
All right, we have another internet issue. Let me bring in Flomo. Flomo Sigba. Sigba. Sigba.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, Flomo. How you doing?
I'm so good and thank you for the day, and I appreciate it. This is the first time of me. 1 minute, please. I'll call you back. Sorry about that. This is the first time of me participating on this show, though I follow you guys. But one thing, I have two concerns. The first concern is about the NTP saga, and the second concern is the VP issue. But let me deal with the second concern first because that is short. You remember when the president offered the VP, I think 2,000 or some more for the funeral of his mother-in-law, and that thing was brought on public radio and discussed how he helped the VP. That was unfortunate on the president's part. So there will be no offer this time. If the VP need help, it will not come from the state. Because if that happens, we'll see the repeat of what happened with the 2,000 plus or 2,500 that was given for the funeral of the VP mother-in-law issue. Fast forward, the saga in the NPP. Do you know why they are saying status quo? Because somebody see that when they go to status quo, they will have the right to manipulate things. And somebody see that if they go to status quo, their media power will be diminished. So what happens? The convention they had in October, if they go to status quo, that convention becomes null and void. So it means they need to go by the convention again. And when they go by the convention, trust me, there will be interplay. Trial will be there. And at the end of the day, Biden will lose that position. So Biden will not allow for them to go to status quo. When the court has ruled, that's a law. So if they want to move forward, they need to stick to the leadership of Biden and find a way forward. But nobody wants to lose position right now. If they go to status quo, the VP will have edge. Okay. And I want you one. And I want you pushing.
Thank you. Thank you, William. Thank you. Let me say this to you. We always appreciate you joining us and following us on the Spoon Talk. We hope to have you again. Thanks a lot on this Good Friday.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Yeah, Joseph, you were making your point, but you ran out of internet.
Yeah, that's the network. As I was saying,
quickly,
whenever
I'm just
you
getting a breaking news from a contact in Morocco, and I want the foreign minister or the foreign ministry to confirm that indeed Richelieu Archibald Williams, the ambassador to Morocco, just passed away. So if that is true, it's the second and third person telling me we need to know.
Let's confirm that news, and then we can properly announce it. Please. But go ahead, Joseph. Thank you, Fagon. Let's
so
confirm.
as I was saying, Like what? Like people on the show that normally do this. Oh,
I mean, that's your second time you have an issue. So, when you get it ready, we will bring you
is it in
on.
Liberia?
Somewhere on Earth. Centurion and George, the man that worked from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m., 12 hours every day. We appreciate you, man. Thanks for joining us. Where are you joining us from, man? Your name? Oh, it's Centurion. I thought it was one of our. Oh, Georgie, it's you. I didn't know, but how you doing, brother? How's Sharon? Georgie, how you doing?
Man, what are you talking around here?
But what did I say? That kept
You
talking.
know,
I said, how you doing?
yeah, see, you know, Tommy is in Maryland. Don't fool by the clock. Oh.
No, he's not.
I'm telling you, don't fool by the clock. The man.
I saw somebody at his office today.
The man was leaving.
Okay, somebody remember. But let me leave the man alone.
Kev,
I think,
Kev, where's the status of the arms? Kev?
But man, you're army man now?
No, we're concerned, my man. That kind of arm we saw in the country, and then we
man, let's talk about your clock. Why you moving with your clock,
man? I'm asking you, man, it's a serious thing, though.
Man.
It's a serious thing. I see you tonight. You trying to win. I'm trying to like you.
No.
To pacify Pagon.
See tonight.
Pagon giving you a hell now, so you want to pacify him. You want kind of.
Pagon will soon be too change.
The number on the Myers continue.
270 days to go. Y'all can be changing and flip flopping, but I can tell you, something will happen soon, man. You'll get it fun.
Tommy,
you
know you're my man, right? Don't listen to the guy that with my boy.
Tommy, you know the funny thing?
Yeah.
The government came out with the press release today.
Yeah.
And said that they had initiated, out of shame of what happened last night, they were false. They said they have initiated contact with Barker family. The people came and they United Party issued their statement. And I'm reading the 4th paragraph. I'm sure in your chat room or something.
Yeah.
It says the United Party hereby informs the public that wait. Sorry, okay, I get it back. The United Party hereby informs the public that the failed and visibly out of favor government of George Weah has made no official contact with any member of the JMB family. Neither has any family member requested the government for assistance. You see
so let me ask you a question now. So I mean, let be open-minded. Okay.
So who lying here?
I mean, when you talk about the institution of the Liberian presidency, you don't just denigrate or just reduce it to a laughing stock, because you can make a mockery or joke of our presidency. Because my friend and brother Kev said, and he maintained it. I heard earlier today say that he stand by his comments that the president of the Republic of Liberia told him that I make contact. And now too, what I've been doing too, I've been digging deeper, and I also heard earlier today that somebody, I think as I was coming home, I listened to the guys in class do that, and somebody made it. I think Dylan said just now that the Burger family should come up. They should break silence. They should speak. He said they should speak about this thing, because
I like that.
They should break silence to speak about it. Because somebody, I don't know whoever is talking to the government, they got to be the person that the government needs to come up, because somebody.
No, I like that.
We just come out, just make a lie and say, I'm talking to somebody who reached somebody. Somebody was, so whoever the case, the family breaks silence and say, look, we are not talking to no one, and the president is lying. Then the president will react and say, well, there's the evidence there. They can't just leave it open like this. I think.
Thank you. I think tomorrow, George. Tomorrow, let me say this.
I like that.
Let me say this. Hold on, Kev. Let me say this. I think. I don't know. Maybe because you've been working. The GMB team have put out a press release They did.
It's a family now. Not team.
But hold on.
Yeah.
Hey,
Don't do that.
No, let me finish, man. No, don't do this. Let me finish.
That's the
press
statement.
Can I finish?
From the party, not the family.
But guys,
not the family. So don't go there. Please, I beg you.
But Kev Hassan, I thought we all free to speak.
Yeah, but even Tomlin and Fagon were against me, wanting you not to go there.
Who wanted him not to go there?
Fagon were against me on that issue, telling you not to go there. I beg you, my brother. They say family. Don't go
I tell you not to go there. Go there. CEO, go there.
Okay, me, I say not to go there, my brother. They say family.
You muted.
You muted.
Oh,
you see. Yeah, no, he muted because it's not go there. Tommy, you muted. Tommy, you muted also. Oh. My man,
okay, what's your problem?
But my problem is, I'm begging you, don't go there. Don't go there.
So can I make my point now? Okay, can I speak though?
No, let's talk. I beg you, don't go there.
Can I say something, please?
I say don't go there because the press statement are from the family, and the press statement from the government is nice.
But Kev, can I speak? Can I say something?
Yeah, but I want to protect my CEO. Don't go there.
No, I'm not on any side. But let me be free to talk now. You're telling me not to. Fagon telling me not to. Centumani George telling me not to. Only that to Peabody I'm going to listen to.
Peabody just text me.
Keep quiet. And to Peabody, why these guys are asking me not to speak?
Because they say because the press conference.
I didn't ask you not to speak, though. I couldn't tell you it's the party that have issued the statement, but the party said they have not spoken to any family member.
But where were you guys yesterday? And you guys were on the Spoon Talk yesterday? Every one of you.
Yeah, but the government press release their family, right?
But hold on, guys. Exactly. Where were you guys yesterday? When Jacob Akpoti. But hold on, Kev. Let me make my point.
Go ahead.
For the sake of good heaven, can I make my point?
Go ahead.
Let's be fair. Who is Jacob Akpoti to Joseph Yima Boakai? If you're talking about family, who is Jacob Akpoti to Joseph Yima Boakai? No. I beg you.
When I spoke with the government?
No, guys, hold on. Guys, hold on. Let's take it one at a time. Who is Jake Kabakori?
He did nothing to the former vice president.
Thank you. Then let me make my point. Please, you give me 30 seconds. Or maybe 27 seconds. Can I have that, please?
Nephew.
No. Kev Hassan, don't do this, Kev. Don't do this. Kev Hassan. Kev.
Today, Friday. You can see Kev.
Yeah, he's in different mood, man. Come on. Well, guys, let me ask you. You guys are asking. I will mute you guys, seriously. You guys are asking, right? You guys are asking.
They're texting you now. You see? You're reading it. Texting you now. You see?
No. Fagon just gave. But y'all hold on now. Let's be serious more. Fagon just gave an announcement about Ambassador Rachel Williams. They are confirming. Sam Jackson said he want to come on to confirm that the ambassador is dead. That's what he just said. And we'll be bringing in Sam.
Ambassador to Morocco? The king of Morocco?
Okay, so I'm not just reading anything. But hold on, let's finish with this one quick. Sam Jackson I hope he will join us. But let's finish with this real quick. Can you send him the link, Centumani George? Because my phone is in another area. Wow. I will say this to you. It is important. It is very much important to understand that Jake is the nephew to Joseph Yema Boakai, blood nephew. And yesterday he put out a statement, and we all on the show read the statement that Jake put out. So how can you, Timothy George, say the family should speak? How can anyone
What is the statement he put up? What is the
But Tumani George, were you on the program yesterday?
Yeah, but answer no statement from Jago.
Tumani George, were you on the program yesterday?
Yes.
Okay, let me show you again. Because, you know, Tumani, you're one of my best friends on the show. You can't forget easily. I asked, or how you call him, Good Day, can you please put up that statement again for the sake of our
From
brothers?
Jake? Who's
Yes.
no statement?
I just hearing it.
You just hearing it?
Yeah.
So okay. I know. I will say to you, Sintuman and Josh, I would believe when you say you just hearing it, but Kev Hassan, I can never ever believe when Kev Hassan say I just hearing it. Not the one today, not the today's statement, not the today's. No, Kev, that one person run the show now. I beg you, brother. You hurting my head.
I see somebody said Kalon Zai say he spoke. Oh wow, I know.
So guys, this is not fair. Okay, this is not fair. This is bad for us to have just what we want to have and say, oh, the family didn't speak. We were on the show yesterday. The family, not the party, put out a statement. And the family, Kev, hold on 1 minute. We uploading it. Hey, Kev, we will be bringing Justina Gate. Justina, 1 minute, I beg you, Mama. The first female that took upon herself to come on Spoon Talk on a Good Friday. Wow. We will be bringing you on shortly, Miss Justina. Let me say this, guys. The former vice president and standard bearer of the Unity Party, His Excellency Joseph Yima Boaka Sr., checked himself into the local ERW hospital January 8, 2023. I know you get this one. James, can you please share it? And this, not from the party, this from the Joseph Yima Boaka family. It was written by Jacob Akori,
okay,
who is a nephew, who been in the hospital every day. How can somebody out there say the family have not spoken?
Yeah, but
Jake, hold on, let me finish, my brother. Let me finish. I'm begging you. And Jake said yesterday, and I will call him today because he said he want to even come and speak on this. As the family, he's saying that he used a word I couldn't use because when Costa spoke, Jake said it was a blinking lie, and he's coming on Spoon to say it again. So why everybody now saying the family must speak, though the Unity Party?
I beg you, I say so. I say Unity Party.
Though the Unity Party spoke, but my own brother Kev Hassan said too many jobs say the family must speak again. I was watching the other show. Somebody said
because I have not heard it from the family.
You were on the show, Georgie.
No, everybody.
Were you on the show yesterday?
Everybody.
It's in the chat room, Georgie.
But I not say. But then maybe I didn't see it.
We read it on the show. It's in the chat room.
Why only one? Why people are saying you didn't see it?
What do you mean? Don't put people in your situation. You can't handle right now. Leave people out of your situation. Let's talk about somebody. Local people. Your pastor. You cannot take your brother's side. You will not do this. No, don't call it the body. For Kev, will understand. But you, Sintuman and Josh, no, man. Hey, God. Hey, Georgie. It's in the chat room. It's there, and everybody's seeing it. This was written yesterday, and it was very clear. Jake wrote this.
This is from the office of the former vice president. This is from the office of the former vice president.
Who writing it? Who controlled the former vice president office? What are you talking about?
I'm the chief of staff.
Who's the chief of staff?
Anthony
The chief of staff is Jacob Akori. The chief of staff is Jacob Akori.
I didn't know about that.
Okay. Now you get it, man. Let's just move. Let's move. Let's go to different thing. Judge, forget that thing. Judge, forget that other speed, man. Judge, Sintuman and Josh. Sintuman and Josh. Forget that other story back. Make you back.
Okay.
Okay. Sometimes we should just stop this. We understand CDC made a mistake by sending information to Kev Hassan. We understand that. Now Legend will came out to play the dust. Beautiful. But for us to sit down, the Unity Party themselves responded. Jake Kabakori from the office of the vice president, the former vice president. Jake Kabakori, the nephew to the former vice president, the man that is in the room. You know who are in that room right now? Jake Kabakori, Jojo Boyka, Henry Pedro Costa, the wife. Those are the people that are speaking. So how dare anyone to say we're waiting for family when the nephew who controls the office speaking on behalf of the family and the former vice president office? Let's stop the joke, man.
We're getting several releases. That I don't know one come from the tag team. So what we say now?
All right. So no, y'all, you can have that one. Let me bring you the rest of the guys for you to say the family have not spoken. For you to say the family have not spoken. Let me bring you our sister Justina Gate. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for showing face on Spoon Talk. You always follow us, I believe, and you always welcome. Talk to us. What's on your mind?
First of all, Spencer, I want to say thank you very much for granting me the opportunity to air out my voice on this platform. I want everybody to understand that I'm not here as a political person. I'm here as somebody who God is using. And for those who want to believe me, believe me. For those who don't want to believe me, don't believe me. The choice is yours. And before I move forward, I would like to say to Keith, I have forgiven you for words that you used against me 2 years back. And I hold nothing against you. And I pray that God open your eyes to reach the stage that I have reached in life. Talking about Liberia, what is on my mind is what God have been showing me lately about this country, Clinton. For some reason, I don't know why God gave me the task to pray and to intercede for Liberia, because I'm one person that a lot of people don't like because of personal political reasons. But a couple of weeks ago, God revealed to me about what was going to happen in Liberia, and the videos are on my page. You can send anybody to go and look there; they will find the videos. The first thing God revealed to me and said that something strange was going to happen in the nation. A lot of secrets going to be exposed. A lot of hidden agenda going to be exposed. That was the first thing. The second thing, he said that one of the leaders from the 6 political leaders named he called was Boakai, Cummings, Ure, Nyombli, Delon, and Musa Belete. That one of them were going to get sick, but that sickness was not going to kill them. And it happened. And then a couple of days ago again, the Lord spoke and said that a popular figure, well-known figure that is very well-known, is about to die. And I was just sitting a couple of like 20 or 30 minutes ago, someone called me and said, Sister Jessner, if I've never believed anything, I believe this ambassador is dead. And I said, well, if so be it. But my message on this platform this evening is for the Liberian to learn to recognize that God is in this land. And until we can do away with our hypocrisy, do away with bitterness, do away with self-centeredness, we will not experience the blessings of God that we say we're yearning for. Because you cannot say you want God to bless you, but then you play hypocrisy with the life of other people. You cannot say you want God to heal the land. When you were standing before God to ask for the land to be healed, your heart is not clean, your heart is dirty. We have to understand that you can be a politician, but be sincere in talking your politics. You can be a politician, be earnest to what you say to the people. God is moving. I'm here to say this again. God revealed this to me this evening. God is saying again, if the politicians of this nation do not come to themselves, he is about to sweep them up. And do not be surprised when we start hearing people from the Capitol building, people from the judiciary, people from the executive branch, people from opposition. I mean, top leaders will stop to be swept away by God himself, just to prove to the Liberian people that he is God. He have heard the cry of the earnest, innocent people. This is all I came to say on this platform.
Thank you very much, Madam Justina. Thank you for joining us, and have a good evening. Thanks.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We also been joined by our own Pape, Uncle, Grandpa of Sam Jackson. He's in the dark, though. He's in the dark. Pape Jackson, you want to know something to light or your Jaco Lanton. We are not seeing your face, sir. Uh, we are not seeing your face. Uh, but want to say, can you hear us, Mr. Jackson?
You're muted.
Mr. Samuel Jackson, can you hear us, please?
Tell him to unmute.
I think he can hear you too, UJ. Okay, while we wait for you, let me bring in Abraham. Mr. Abraham, good evening.
Okay. Good evening, sir.
Yes, how are you?
Now? I'm fine. How are you too?
All is well. Can you make your quick point, sir? It's good to see you on the show.
All right. Thank you so much for allowing me to be on your show tonight. When you were making your introduction, you stressed 2 points, but below you said and other national issues. So I'm not going to talk about the Western Cluster, neither the NPP issue, but I am thinking about one issue that has to do with the guns. I will deeply appreciate if you guys can highlight this issue of the guns. If possible, you can call the police spokesman to come on your show so that they can tell the Liberian people the reason why I am curious about the issue of these guns is that those guns are military guns, and the perception that people have that the guns were brought in by opposition, they started to name some opposition figures. I think it is not well for all of us. One of the names who talk about people want to unseat the government is Keith. He's right beside you there. When the issue of the guns came about, he talked about it that night. The people, the same thing they did that they want to do to this government. Now, few days ago, we heard the police spokesman saying that those people who were arrested have been released temporarily. So we want the government to come out and tell us what has happened to these guns here. What are they doing now?
Thank you.
We want to hear. It is important. They say election is at hand, especially the police. The police bossman, CEO. I don't know how they call him, Zulu. The day he gave his press conference, he said, "We will not allow anybody to destabilize this peace."
Thank you, Mr. Abraham.
But then to release the people up to this time, we are not hearing anything. It is fishy. We want them to. We want the government to tell us. We're not going to sit by and let them go. And see up. Hide what is in the making. We want to hear them talking.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abraham. It's always good to have you for us. Thanks a lot.
All right, you're welcome, sir.
And have a good evening. Thanks. Let's bring in Mr. Jackson. We have orders to be joining us shortly. I want to bring in Mr. Sam Jackson.
Yeah, can you hear me, gentlemen? Am I loud and clear?
Yes, sir.
Am I loud and clear? I want to make sure you can. First of all, let me just. I can hear you a little bit because I'm on my cell phone, but I just want to say to all Liberians that one of the things I'm very much interested in is the health of the President Joseph Boyka. I don't want to deal with the political posturing that I see going on from all sides. Since this thing came about, no one has indicated to us how the vice president is doing. How's his health? We haven't heard from his family, and I just hope and pray that the vice president is doing well. And I pray for cover, and I pray all Liberians pray for him. The second thing on the NPP situation, let it be very clear that I joined the NPP because the NPP, not joined, I reaffirmed my position in NPP. The NPP is my home party. I was Minister of State for Economic and Financial Affairs during the Taylor administration, and I never left the NPP. I supported other parties for elections. Like in 2005, I supported the Unity Party. In 2011, and in 2017, I supported the ALP. But in the second round, I supported the CDC. So my reaffirmation was to go and strengthen the NPP and not to get involved in the rancorous debate that is going on, to respect the legitimate leadership of that party, and that's all I have done. So I hope and pray that the NPP continues to be a strong member of the coalition that elected President Weah. I will be pushing for the re-election of President Weah, and I hope the NPP will be a strategic partner in that coalition. That's all I want to say. I want to thank you all very much, and you all have a very good evening. I'm out here somewhere out of Monrovia, just enjoying myself.
No, before you go, we got a question for you. You can't just go like that. You can't just go like that. You can't just go like that. We got to ask you some questions as a grand patron in the political arena.
Sam,
let me ask you now.
Sam, go ahead. Don't listen to me.
What? Because yesterday when I heard you speak, you said it is your hope that whatever they decide, you're going to be with them. But
no, because don't forget, Fagon, that the framework document is being negotiated and it's been pushed to the. Yeah,
let me ask my question. Then you will get me. Let me ask my question. Let me ask my question.
Let me go. Okay, it's been put to the NPP. Look, I just got my membership reaffirmed, so I know there's a framework document that is on the table, and that framework document is being scrupulously analyzed. And I can assure you that any decision that is made will be made in the best interest, first of all, of the country, the coalition, and the NPP. And you know what? Look, I'm nearly 70 years old. I don't have any interest whatsoever in any position now or in the future, working for a government in any capacity. I don't have any political ambition as being a representative, a standard bearer, vice standard bearer, a senator. I don't have any such inclination. I've played my political part over the 48 years I've been in Liberian politics, and I continue to just be a Liberian nationalist with patriotic inclinations and just want to make my contributions or whatever I can do in terms of consulting and providing my experience, my education, supporting the development of Liberia so we can be a prosperous nation. That's all I want to do.
Can I ask my question now? All right. My question is very simple. You have been an ardent supporter of the president, no doubt in my mind. You and I have done a lot of things together. We're very close. But from what I saw yesterday, what happens, you being an ardent supporter of the president, what happens if the NPP decides to break away? What would be your position?
Yeah, look, Fagon, the connection there is very poor, so I can barely hear you. But I just heard you mention Madam Joel Howard Taylor, and from my perspective, Joel Howard Taylor is the vice presidential candidate for the 2023 elections. I support her for that role, and the issue of the standard bearer and the chairmanship of the party, that in terms of going back to status quo ante. But I can assure you that the NPP is the most mature political party, won in 1997 with the largest electoral mandate, and has been involved in the electoral process since 1997. And right now, the vice president of Liberia belongs to that party. We have many representatives and senators in the national legislature, and we will continue to be very active in Liberian politics going forward. The NPP is not going anywhere. And whatever this agreement that is going on right now, I can assure you, will be resolved and will be resolved within the best interest of the country, the coalition, and the people of Liberia.
He didn't get my question, so let's proceed. My question was
Mr. Jackson, can you hear me? You say he's on his cell phone.
I'm having serious connectivity problem.
Have a good
hear
evening,
you,
Mr.
Jane.
Jackson. Have a good evening. I believe that when you can, why?
I can barely hear you. I'm so stuck. What I will do is
when you leave my Gibby, you can come on the show tomorrow.
Spoon on Monday. I can come on Spoon on Monday, and I can be a guest, or I can be a host, or I can be a panelist, and I can be subjected to the questions.
When you leave my Gibby,
No,
you can come
I'm
on the
not
show.
hearing you at all. I'm not making any pretensions of not trying to dodge your question, but I'm in a very difficult position here out of Monrovia, and I can barely hear you. I just want to say
the message out of Monrovia. I said the man might give you there. I tell you, say the man might give you the message out of Monrovia. So I would say, my man, and this is Spoon Talk. Yeah, anything can pass from us. When the man leave my Gibby, you can come on Spoon Talk. But right now, he's relaxing and drinking his Hennessy XO somewhere in my Gibby. So we'll wait for the man to go back to his regular routine.
So are you seeing Dr. Peabody jealous right now? The man is relaxing with.
So that's our own pap. His name is Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, I don't think SO.
Specifically, I don't answer the man.
So
our own pap, Sam Jackson, say he's now back to how you call it, NPP. But folks, we have to go. I will take the last guys that on. We'll make our closing point. I believe that Sir Asa Jackson, who had a long front page story on the Analyst newspaper, he want to join us tomorrow. Once we confirm it, he will be joining us tomorrow with some lot of big words. That's my own dear brother, Sir Asa Jackson. I want to say to every one of you, a beautiful show, guys. It's very cool over here, very cool, and I already miss Liberia. Folks walking on the street. Sam Jackson is in the hotel chilling, somewhere in Magibi, and so that's left. That's the beauty of Liberia. I'm confused as to why now he went back to, NPP, but to each his own. And folks are talking about Unity Party, the stand-up barrel. I want to ask this question, Sintumani George. You send it to me, I send it to Kev Hassan. Kev Hassan sent it back to me. And I pray not to ask this question because it would mess us up tonight. So I will leave this question alone. If you guys want to ask your question, you can ask your own question. No. But let's just play because
I will ask
I don't know what Tumani put in the chat room, but I will not ask that question.
Let me ask this. I will ask this. Let me ask this.
It's not the same question, right?
No, listen. Let me ask this. Let me ask this. I want Dr. Peabody, Tommy Fagon, everybody. Let's say if the former vice president is incapacitated, who next? I know it's a
his wife. He's married.
No. I'm talking politically as a stand-up bearer. I'm not. That's not what I'm talking about. Family issue. No, I'm talking about who next will emerge, like Cummings.
So, but who benefit?
Who benefit?
Which
that's
one
what
political leader benefit. That's a good question, though.
Yes, that's what I'm
asking. Let's start
asking.
with Fagon because I think it's a good question. So, if for any reason the former vice president Jose Yima Boakai, say, you know what, I'm not going to run. Of course, I know he will run. He will run even when he's on his leave. But with this question kept bringing up, who benefit, Cummings or Josh Weah? Let's just limit it to Cummings and Josh Manawea. Who benefit Fagon?
Fagon benefits.
Thank you. Dr. Peabody, you want to speak? Who benefit if JMB is not in the race?
Well, I'm not going. I actually don't want to speak to that now. I just want to give him his privacy as he go through his health issue. I'm not.
Thank you. Settlement and George, what's your take? Just to satisfy
I
my
want
brother.
to wish the former vice president a speedy recovery and keeping my thoughts in prayer.
Beautiful. So, Kev, you got a very, very unique answer, and I would say the same thing to add. I care less who benefit. All we're praying for right now is the VP strength, and I think the VP will be going home tomorrow. And I believe that the VP is putting through information reaching us. He's doing extremely well. So, for a sedition to say who benefit at this time, to each his own. But everybody just say, everybody just said the benefit.
Kev looking for a next victim to beat on.
So let me say this. Let me say this, right?
Just
let me say this.
anything happy, but say, oh, that they got to sit
Let
in
me
line.
say this. Yeah. But let me say this. Fagon, I want us to hear this. Maybe it's Liberia. Maybe it's opposition. Maybe it's anything. But let me say this, right? The reason I love to go back to a country that I came in when I was 23 years old, because I followed the politics. When McCain situation, it was a hard debate on every platform, CNN, MSNBC, Fox. It was a debate, and that's a fact. They talk about it, just in case. What will happen? The problem I get with folks in Liberia, especially from the opposition side, they love to be a hypocrite in things. But with the American politics, they take parts, they talk about it. But when the other party say, "Oh no, I wish we did," we all, for me, let me say this: it benefits me for Joe Bucker to be in the race. I want Joe Bucker to be in the race. I want him to be in the race.
Kev, leave the old man name, let he get well. Why are you so on this man?
Yeah, Kev, Kev, you don't. This one is the man. Man, that wasn't a different deal, old man. Kev.
So why will you silence me? So speak.
What does it rejoice on somebody else, man? Let me rejoice on somebody else.
No, what can I speak? Let me tell you this. I spoke on McCain in America. I will speak on my country. If you want, you can just keep silent. But let me speak. I think it's right to speak on issue because it's a statement. To speak on issue. It's not a bad thing.
Well, Kev, if he wasn't in the hospital now, a different case. But right now, they're wishing the best and pray for him. All God do. We can't talk about what he.
Listen. We wish him the best. But it's a political season. We are saying here. I'm not saying any other thing. If the former vice president cannot run, what will happen?
Yeah, that wait for him when he discharged him. We had a discussion, but right now, let
yeah.
Oh, God.
I don't play with people's health.
We have our political are paramount to our discussion.
So, Kev, my concern right now is about that gun that was found at the port. I want you to give us some update about that gun. That gun is kept the arms. That is.
You know why I'm saying this? You know why I'm saying this? Sometimes you forget to know that we're on a platform and you put your personal feelings.
No. I'm independent. You know that I'm independent.
No, if you're independent, but it's okay to discuss about our leaders.
Yeah, the
It's
man is
okay.
sick. Yeah, the man is sick. Let's talk about everybody health here. Who all got things
Yes,
better health here?
yes.
Let's
No,
talk
but
about it.
that's everybody. If the
Let's talk
president
about everybody. Let's start with the president health record. Have you seen it? Have you all seen it?
That's everybody correct.
Have you
can
seen
talk
it?
about it.
Okay.
That's everybody. It's
But
your
what you
right.
talking about? And as soon as you rejoicing over that y'all have won a victory because the vice president is sick. I don't want to hear that topic. I don't. I don't rejoice over people's health. I don't. Full health.
We are reducing our country into some manner because it's okay to discuss about everything. Our leader, it's okay. Maybe because I came to America at the age of 23, I used to that. But it's okay. It's okay to discuss about the health of the president, vice president, anybody in the government. It's okay. It's not a bad thing. They do it here.
I would not do that. I just don't want to talk about it. It's something kept that you're rejoicing over, and just think that y'all going to win election now because that's all you're thinking. Oh, we ahead. You gotta stop that. Somebody's sick.
Central Witherspoon.
Stop it.
Central Witherspoon. Central Witherspoon. Let me say this to you. If I was deciding on this platform,
I know where you're coming from tonight. We're not going to go there.
But I can't speak.
I
Kev,
know
go
you got
ahead.
your motivation.
Kev, go ahead.
Motivating you. Right
If
side.
People, let the man speak now. Kev, finish up, please.
No, man, I need
But CEO, check your phone, here, please.
No, but let the man speak for it. Kev, go ahead.
If I were deciding on this platform, which through my capacity on the on Spoon, I will.
So don't check your phone, man.
Hello.
Go ahead, Kev.
Mama, that Martin thing with
talk. No, that can't finish, my man. We shouldn't disrespect our founding fathers.
Martin, can you just wait?
Kev, go ahead.
If I was deciding, which I do have that capacity to decide, right? If you cannot talk about the issue or make news, I will send you to go on Channel 3. I will do that because this is a platform.
So among us, who going on Channel 3 now? Peabody or Timothy George or who?
I will send two of them because Fagon can make news. I will send two of them. You can say anything. You say Fagon can make news.
So you sending Peabody to Channel 3?
Both for them. This is not a place of lecture. It's a place of news. It's a news place.
That's funny.
I'm to Channel 3.
Okay. The Blue Moon got power. Blue Moon got power.
So you don't.
Channel 3.
All right, let's talk to Martin. Martin talk to us.
As far as I disagree with Fagon, I will keep Fagon. I will send both for them to Channel 3. Seriously.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, my man. Talk to us. What's up? We're about to go.
CEO and the platform, I want to thank you guys for bringing me on. My name is Martin Zanwe, and I'm a shipper in the U.S. Founding member of the Liberian Diaspora Shipping and Business Association. My concern here tonight, with everything you guys talking about, the shipping. This gun thing is really disturbing we the shippers. CEO, I've been trying to get in touch with you and Timberland and some of the other guys. I've been emailing you guys. We really want to come on to discuss some of the issues that we are facing as shippers in Liberia. And this gun things have just made it worse because right now they're opening everybody container and all the customer boxes and barrels and things and checking. And it's a major problem because we have some people where things coming up missing, damaged, destroyed, and our customer blaming us. So, we would rather like to come on to maybe we can share more light. I know you're just giving me a few
a few minutes. But this is what CTN was funded for. When the to be there to track what all will come into the country. So this is the perfect time because CTN is not needed. You know, CTN is just there just to collect money. But if they told us that CTN were brought in for this reason, this is the main time to use CTN. CTN should be able to track the container. CTN should be able to know what all were on the container, who shipped the container, when they shipped the container, where is the container going. But now we don't hear nothing about CTN and it opening everybody container and just making it hard for us to do business. You know,
Let's set a
so
time.
I mean,
If you have reached out to Money George, we're asking you to do so again. Let's set a time to bring you guys on to hear your
okay,
story, okay? But we we
okay,
we we all of time, folks. We appreciate you, Martin. It's 6:25 Eastern time, 11:25 in Liberia. We'll come
thank
to
you,
a close on this program. Those of you we couldn't bring on tonight, we ask you to please join us again tomorrow. We'll be bringing you on. But for now, we say thank you very much, Martin. Thanks a lot.
thank you.
Yeah.
I will reach out to you guys.
Yep. All right. So guys, let's wrap this thing up. A lot of development happening in McGibby since McGee returned to the country. Uh, I've seen folks on the street. Uh, I don't know what's going on, man, but the momentum is high on that end. Also, I'm done with the UP story, though. We pray that Jose Iman Barca return home in strength and power. You know, to all those out there, to each his own. Uh, Give or take, I'm done with UP story. The old man is talking. He's up. He's strong. And he's ready to rock and roll. So it is why it is. Uh, Western Cluster will be coming back again. Folks are still digging deeper into Western Cluster. I believe that the NPP would make the case to the Liberian people. They are working on all their problems to come stronger than ever before to talk about their own situation. I do believe next week or in the next 2 weeks, the president should be delivering the State of the Nation address. A lot of stuff on the place. Don't forget, Legis, the census report coming up. Some folks saying it's just not looking too good, and others saying that well, wait and see. So we, as a media network, we're going to wait. We have beat on Legis. We have said everything on the census, and we'll see the position this government going to take with the result. Don't forget, we will encourage you. One, the voter registration begins in March. We're asking you, please, if you can, transfer yourself to Liberia, register to vote. Every Liberian should register to vote. This election is about our life and the life of our loved ones. So again, a beautiful show from my end. Quiet, cold Friday the 13th. But here we are. Guys, let's do the closing. I'm seriously timing the clock. I'm going to remove my watch from my hand and hold it like this when you speak. I'm just going to hold it up. Everybody have but 2 minutes to speak. Right now it's 6:28. It just went to 6:29. We'll go to Kef Ahmed Hassan. 6:30, Kev. 6:31, you will be done. Let's do our closing.
Oh well, it's a good show. We had a fun Good Friday, and I wish the former vice president speedy recovery. Um, I think he's a strong man. He will recover. Um, very, 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 very strong man, and we all pray for him to recover. And that's what we want as a nation. We will argue, we will debate, we will have our differences, but together we are one. When it comes to health, we are one, and I believe that he will bounce back, and I will say this: he will bounce back stronger than before. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Wow. Kev, you still get about 33 seconds left. Beautiful today. Beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you. I must give it to you. Uh, let's bring in Eugene Lamy Fagon. I know you won't say much because Kev went on a 2 minutes, Eugene. So at least you should compliment him for that.
Okay. Let me thank everybody and let me wish the Vice President speedy recovery. I want to strongly condemn the government of His Excellency President Dr. George Manawia for a disgraceful PR that has landed our government in disrepute. And the reason why I condemn the government, because yesterday the government, through a surrogate and by admittance, said that the government had reached out to Joseph Boakai and he had accepted conditionally the offer of the government, and that condition was rejected by the government. And on the counter offer of the government to tell the Liberian people, Joseph Boakai rejected. And so the Unity Party stalwarts pounced on this network and vehemently denied ever such thing happening. The government should have let it slide, but the government came back with a press statement today indicating that it had contacted family members of Joseph Boakai. In doing so, the government should have expressly stated who they contacted and who contacted that person. That would have made the press release very authentic and credible. But the government came back again and said, instead of, contrary to what it said last night, I repeat, contrary to what it said last night, it now said today that it initiated an offer. So the government lied in two places. Secondly, there was a counter press conference, a press release, that again, for the second time, not only the government now, but the special aide to the presidential candidate also denied that. I think the government should do a better job at its PR next time, and that they need to be savvy. I tend to believe some of the things that Kev said, but when you're dealing with communication, you got to know what to expect. And I want to inform the Liberian people, if anyone thinks that the Western cluster is slowed down, you are joking. It's in the works. It's about to fly in your faces. It's coming. And your iron ore, I want to assure you, will not leave the port. And those responsible will face the full weight of the law. And our people are ready, and we will pursue it through a court of competent jurisdiction. We will also pursue it, as we are doing now, with a lot of international organizations, and I will not limit them to just Colombia or Global Witness, but we're going for international environmental protection for our people. I thank you for having me, and I submit.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much. Dr. Peabody, before you, did you send the link to one Bernice Moruba? Sentumane? Because we're closing, should we bring her on? Sentumane, should we bring her on?
You can give her 2 minutes.
Sentumane, why are you acting surprised? We're not hearing you, bro.
And give her 2 minutes. She's there. You can just leave her like that.
All right.
Hi.
Yeah, welcome to the show, man. Thank you for joining Spoon.
Well, unfortunately, you're already exhausted the topic, so you're almost like it's pointless for me to be on now.
Yeah, let's bring you in tomorrow, by God's grace, if you can, that we can have a good show, okay? Because we're doing our closing.
Yeah.
But it's good to have you joining us, and we hope to see you tomorrow, okay?
Sounds good.
Thank you very much, man.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Go ahead, Dr. Peabody.
Well, freshly again, my thoughts and prayers and best wishes are with the former Vice President of Liberia, speedy recovery. We're praying for you. Let me say here that the government did something today that they should have done early. It was late when it came in with that announcement. It was late. The announcement had been mixed with gossip and different things. True gossip. Kept stand by his word. So Kev was saying the truth. He stand by his word, even though it was gossip and stuff. But I think we what we did yesterday, we put pressure on the government to come and issue a statement. But again, the vice president team came up with another statement to that. So I would actually, we just gave the family their privacy at this time, in this difficult time. Give them the privacy until the vice president gets well. That will, I think they will appreciate that more than money and anything. So let's give them that respect. Also today, yesterday we witnessed a rousing welcome. Man, Nathaniel McGill came back to Liberia, and I think about Tekura Poto when he will run a campaign and say, "Who do you want? Who do you love? Who this?" So when I saw that crowd, I saw Tekura Poto. When the people gather, when the people speak, they speak with volume. So it's in the Liberian people's hand. But as I end, let me wish my cousin A.B. Walker happy birthday. Laurentine Hart, our friend, our little daughter, happy birthday. And also on a sad note, to the family of David Bestman, I want to express my deepest condolences on the loss of his sister-in-law. David is our good friend. He watched this show a lot. His sister-in-law passed, a very close woman to me as well. But we're praying for all the people out there and wish you a great weekend. God bless.
Thank you very much, Dr. Peabody. And Tuman Josh.
Well, hello. Hello.
Tuman, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to say thanks for the program and my thoughts and prayers with the former vice president. I wish him speedy recovery. We look forward to him getting back on his feet and seeking running for the presidency of this country. We pray for the health of all those running for the president, and from the president to all those Cummings, Bob, Jawan Gonglo, Simeon Freeman, all those who are running. We pray for their health, and we ask God to order the steps and lead them in the right direction. Let's keep them. Anyone to be our leaders, let's pray for them, and we'll continue to discuss the issues. With 270 days to elections, we know it's getting closer, and Liberians will be making their choice of who they want to lead them for the next 6 years. So I know the debate will open. It will get, like I said, it will get difficult. People will have problems. People will friends will fuss. Will have family members will fuss. I remember 2005 when we started. I was the only person in my family who worked for CDC at the time. Everybody was for UP. I know my father was living at the time, and everybody was like, "Someone to go one place, man," But this is what happened in politics. Family and friends will fall apart, but at the end of the day, whoever you choose will be the person that you so desire. But let's pray for our country and pray that we'll have a peaceful elections in the next 270 days. Thanks, guys. And also my thoughts and prayers to the Bestman family, Deacon Bestman, on his pass on his sister-in-law. My condolences, and I wish God to give you guys strength as you go through your difficult time. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much, Tuman and Josh. That's it, right? Are we missing who? Dr. Richardson? No, she's not on. A beautiful Saturday would be tomorrow.
You saw that the Richardson pictures in today?
I play the faith.
From the Padari waterfall.
I play the faith.
You saw the food?
I play the faith. A beautiful Saturday coming tomorrow. When are you coming to town, Fagon? Are you close to Pennsylvania, right?
Listen.
Before you go there. Hold on 1 minute. I'm asking a question of Fagon. Hold on 1 minute, please. Fagon, when are you coming to town?
When do you want me to come?
No, it's not about me, bro. I just asked you.
But why am I going to do that when I kind of all of y'all busy?
You got family members. You got your mom. You got your mom, your sister.
My man or people that can hang out with me once in a while.
Because y'all can drink the same thing. I don't drink.
No, we got hang out to talk about real stuff.
Okay.
One day you say you cooking.
Yeah.
You cooking.
Okay.
You going to buy my medicine.
You're going to Wawa. All day go to Wawa.
Wawa. I went Wawa.
But you love meeting me to Wawa, though. But you love to meet me to Wawa.
Of course,
So you're
if you
saying
come,
that.
of course, if you come there, we'll meet you there. What are you
20,
talking?
they want to talk about my Wawa. But you love meeting me to Wawa.
So
I
to
know,
go to
right?
Wawa to go see the
A lot of good
coffee.
stuff.
You go to Wawa. You go to Wawa.
I heard that to Peabody tell somebody say.
Moneyball used to be very strong on his podcast. They made him rest until he made people feel that Moneyball could go to Wawa to take coffee. Now they don't broadcast anymore.
I heard someone saying that, oh, CEO, that's the Peabody said, man, he loves to meet you at the Wawa. I said, seriously, Mark? Oh, did I call his name?
Nah, it's, you know.
I said, man, seriously, he said, man, that the
Wawa
Peabody.
is a good thing. Wawa is a good thing. You come from there, you smart.
Oh, you come from Wawa, you smile?
You want me the other night?
Yeah, I'm gonna get my coffee again. Evening coffee.
Hey, found out where you're at, brother.
Yeah,
No, right down the street. If I don't know the spot.
You try to stay in the corner now.
No, if I don't know the spot.
You know the funny thing about it, man? You got 3 different Wawa in your area. You gotta know which one you going to.
If I went to the wrong Wawa, he was on your own. Kev, what you got? Another breaking news, Kev?
Get to pay today.
No, I was saying that.
Yeah, we took pay today. I mean, folks, the show is over though. We're just doing a standby now, so don't get bad if we crack joke. Kev, you took pay today? Well, you know, I believe it though, because Kev went out to a restaurant. He and 4 other people, I'm not calling their names, right? I thought I went to Micah place, but I called Micah. Micah said, no, they ain't come here. Kev went to the other place. You see, he talking fast. He had a blue moon. He had Hennessy.
Let me say this. I won't forget to know that Dr. Richardson is our darling. You don't hit on her. Whatever picture and thing she took, we all into that. She's our darling. No matter what. Dr. Richardson,
But when I say, you know what they call Patawi for? Patawi.
I mean, that's a Ghanaian thing that you're doing.
Oh, so Kevin about that we?
Oh, no, she said that thing. Kev, where is Patawi?
Patawi, what the fuck?
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh.
I'm gonna take down the live chat because I don't want anybody helping Kev. I'm picking up. I don't want anybody helping Kev. Kev, where is the Patawi
watching
from?
the show, so Kev once said that Richardson was in Ghana.
Listen.
The woman wasn't in Ghana.
No, listen. No, I'm talking about.
I'm talking about
No, I'm talking about Fagon Ghanaian thing. But let me tell you, whatever you're saying now, I don't even remember.
The director thing. Can you see it? Yeah, there. Oh my God.
Yeah, so you didn't know what Patawi was? Oh my God.
You know what, Kev? I always told you to put your phone on silent. So they just said,
what?
Oh my God.
Wow.
Don't
listen. Not listening here because you're right going to think say that Richardson in Ghana now.
Kev, we really got to go to Liberia again. At least we got to make a second trip.
But research is bon country.
I can only bother with what up?
But man, listen though. But man, let me tell you this.
Yeah,
I've been out of Liberia for long. I don't remember things.
No, but when we tell you, then you can say one Mayflower. Like you
I got a question. I got a question for Kev though. Let me ask you a question.
Kev, you're boy bommy.
I beg you.
You always cut me off when I.
But I know you flowing, Kev. I mean, step back.
Kev was born bommy.
My question I want to ask you, Kev. You been in Liberia all of Liberia for long, or you been in Liberia for long? Which one?
I've been out of Liberia for long.
Longer than you been in Liberia?
Yes. I came to America. I was 23.
From Liberia?
How many years been America?
Why are you spoiling my pressure for tomorrow?
Wait.
You better let your internet malfunction and go to your
No,
place
but
where
no,
go.
listen, guys.
Answer you. They may not be paying
No,
until
but
tomorrow.
listen, guys.
How many years you been in America?
But listen, but let me speak now.
Yeah, don't embarrass yourself. You embarrass yourself in that, they'll play on you forever.
Let me finish.
How many years you been in America?
But let me explain now.
How many years you been?
Oh God, man.
Okay.
Can I your answer?
How many years you been in America?
Let me tell you, the first time I ever stepped my foot in Sierra Leone was 1990. If I go over there, that's the first time I stepped my foot in Sierra Leone. Let me say this to you, and I spent less than and 5 years.
You not to talk though. You better listen to them.
How many years you been in America, Kev? How many years you been in America? How many years?
But let me finish. Well, let me explain now. Wait. So, less than 4 years. I came
You were born in Sierra Leone or Liberia?
Hey, man.
Where were you born?
I see you guys, man. I'm trying to explain to you. You keep
Let me explain.
Okay, go ahead.
Why you can't ask my mom? That is, your immigration business. You got. I try to explain. You asking me. I say to you. I tell you. I say to you. 1990. Fagon, we all were there. That's the first time I entered Sierra Leone, 1990. And less than 4 years or so, I came to America. America.
How many years you been in America? How many years?
I came to America 96.
96. Okay, let me do the math. 96 to 2000.
But lead member, let's go home. Kev, and I will say to you.
But let me tell you something. When I went to.
Kev, my man, Kev, you embarrass yourself, girl. You embarrass yourself.
We are all Liberian, and I respect.
Wait. You see,
you know what that we want to for? Embarrass yourself.
No, I know, my brother.
Yeah.
I know. Like people I forgot, I know, my brother.
I know. I even know some even real stuff.
Yeah, I forgot, I know, my brother.
Yeah, some era myself, I don't even know some era.
Right, my man.
All right, Cap, my man, share the blessing, my man. Share the blessing.
Let me say this to you. Let me say the single that I left, I couldn't remember the single I met.
Yeah, but you've been on that more than 27 years. You better remember.
No.
I don't know how to remember because there's nothing really too much in there.
No, let me tell you. When I went to Liberia, it was a different.
You were born for me?
I mean, why are you asking me? Why are you asking me about my birth?
Oh, born for me?
You want me to give you my dead mother number?
Hey, my man. I was born in Magibi. You're born for me?
Stop asking me personal question. I say this to you. The first time I left Liberia was 1990. I went to Guinea. I went to Guinea. I went to.
I met Gene. I go to Bill. You see Gene fit?
Yeah, I went places.
Gene getting fat in that plate out. I don't know why you getting fat.
And then we came.
Oil. Eating correct chicken oil, Georgia. Coming out, Gene.
That's why let me tell you, Tommy.
Yeah.
I said it to you clearly. The first time I left Liberia was 1990. So do your math, man.
Well, then, Kev, you my uncle-in-law, my uncle, Peter Killing. You know him?
Let me say this to you. Nobody in Bummy Hills. Nobody in Bummy Hills, right? That been there from the 70s to the 80s. I'm not talking about the 90s. I was not there. I don't know my family.
Ishmael Hassan.
Yeah. And Kotu Brown. Kotu
Oh yeah,
Brown. You see
yeah.
Kotu Brown? You see the Brown? The
You know
Brown.
Paul? You know Paul Brown?
You see the Kotu Brown? You see Kotu Brown there? Okay, that's the his father. His school, United Pentecostal Church. We were there. His children then. We all were together. The Brown, Kotu Brown then. So just ask Kotu Brown and the whole Brown family. They will tell you. So we were there.
All right, gentlemen. Enjoy the weekend. Kev, you're not sharing the blessing. That's okay. Enjoy the blessing. Man.
Blessing, Kev. No problem. I like.
Yeah. Share the blessing and get blessed. All right, Kev. Enjoy the blessing.
What blessing?
Good luck, God.
Let me share a blessing with you. In the name of the Father and the Son.
Okay.
Mama, you know you might do. Anyway, we'll talk.
Oh man, you have a good weekend, gentlemen. Just put I can't say something yet. I don't say. Good night. See you guys, man. You have a good one. All right.
If you're just joining, we want to say thank you. And this is how we come to the end of today's edition. And we ask that you join us next week. So those of you who are listening via Fabric, Spoon, and Super, we'd love to say thank you so much. As soon as Yekezi comes on, we're going to call it a day to resume later tomorrow. It's about 8 minutes to 1 o'clock a.m. there in Liberia. So let's see if we can get Yekezi. Again, this is Spoon Talk. You have just listened to another fascinating edition that was fiery, and we hope that you will join us tomorrow. Joseph, yeah. Okay.